Nice. Thanks. Yeah, maybe I'll quickly repeat. So, Tamil Mandram is a 45 plus year old organizations. We have members across the Bay Area, right? We organize many events and we take a lot of initiatives. I will quickly talk about what are the things which we consider, right? So, educational entrepreneur initiatives like something like AA workshop, like this is one of the event related to AA. And then we also care about how we can upskill ourselves, right? The career upskilling services and entrepreneur meetups. And we also have a community events. I think that will be covered in the upcoming sessions. We have our executive committee members will talk about what are the community events we organize. And then the community services also we do, not just for events, we also care about our local service, local people, right? So we organize a blood drive. If we are interested and willing to donate your blood, please come and join. And we have an upcoming blood drive coming in. And also we just did a medical camp and CPR training. And we also feed the local people, like those who are in hunger, right? So those who are don't have a food or a real house, right? So we feed them through feed the hunger and then the bread of life. We also do a lot of emergency support services, since we I think most likely most of them are immigrant. So we need a lot of services from our organization, like the Consulate General of India, and then there are a few other organizations we closely work with them. So we help in terms of emergency situations. So for whatever the reason, let's say like our parents are coming in here, and then for whatever the reason, if they need a medical assistance, we will try to help them. And if there is an issue or if we need an immediate help from the immigration services from our Consulate General of India, then we will closely work with them and try to resolve the issues. And anything related to emergency travel and support, we will try to help them. We also recently launched a matrimonial website, which is relatively new website, and we are trying to accommodate those who are like in the age group of ready to get married. If you can go to this site and then register, and then you will most likely find a match. Then sponsors, right? Not just like we organize the events, we also sponsors are the primary revenue generator for us, right? They help us to run this organization. For example, today we have an volleyball tournament happening. So in order for us to run any event successfully, we need fund, and we have a sponsors across various sectors. It could be realtors, restaurants, educational services, tax, and many more, right? Definitely, if you are a member, you will get some discounts as well. And if you need any additional information, you can contact us through email or this phone number, or you can also scan this QR code to become a member, right? If possible, scan this QR code and then try to become a member. You will have a lot more events and a lot more informations coming to you, right? The next slide. So the Tamil Mandram operates with 7 executive committee members. So I am not sure whether Rajesh is here. Rajesh is our president. Varadu, is Rajesh here?
ஆமாங்க ராஜேஷ் இருக்கிறாரு.
Okay, yeah, Rajesh.
சாரி, நான் ட்ரைவ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேங்க. எல்லாருக்கும் வாழ்த்துக்கள்ங்க. ஹர்ஷால் கேக்குதா?
Yes, Rajesh.
நான் ட்ரைவ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன், சாரி. ஸோ எல்லாருக்கும் வாழ்த்துக்கள்ங்க. தேங்க்ஸ் டு ஹர்ஷால் அண்ட் கோவிந்த் இந்த இதை இனிஷியேட் பண்ணதுக்கு. ஸோ நன்றிங்க எல்லாருக்கும். ஸோ நிறைய நிகழ்வுகள் வந்து தமிழ் மன்றத்தில் இருக்குது. ஸோ செக் பண்ணுங்கள் எங்களோட தமிழ் மன்றத்தோட ஃபேஸ்புக் மற்றும் வாட்ஸ்அப்பில் ஜாயின் பண்ணி. ஸோ நன்றிங்க. சாரி, நன்றிங்க.
So all our executive committee members, we are about to finish another event which started in the morning, like a volleyball and throwball tournament. I think half of them are still in that ground, and they're actually doing some cleaning activities and finishing activities. So you might see some background noise when they're talking. So next I would like to invite, I think I will talk about myself later. Maybe I'll invite Vice President Cultural Saritha Annadurai.
தேங்க்யூ அரிஸ்டாட்டில். வணக்கம்ங்க, எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் சரிதா அண்ணாதுரை, வைஸ் பிரசிடென்ட் கல்ச்சுரல். ஸோ எனக்கு ஒரு செக்மெண்ட் வரும், நான் அப்போ பேசுகிறேங்க. இப்போ ஐ ஜஸ்ட் கிவ் அ டைம் பேக்.
Thanks Saritha. And Secretary Vimalata?
இருக்காங்களா? ஒரே நிமிஷம் பார்க்கலாம். இல்லைங்க, விமலதா இல்லைங்க.
Okay. Treasurer Mr. Varadarajan.
ஹே, வணக்கம் எல்லாருக்கும். வரதராஜன். நான் இந்த கரண்ட் இயர் ட்ரெஷரர், டேக்கிங் கேர் ஆஃப் ட்ரெஷரர் ரோல். ஸோ ரைட் அவே தான் இப்போ இங்கே தான் பார்க்கில் கேம் நடந்துட்டுருக்கு. தேங்க்யூ. சொன்ன மாதிரி என்னோட செக்மெண்ட்டில் நான் பேசுகிறேன். தேங்க்யூ ஆல் த ஸ்பீக்கர், ஆல் த பார்ட்டிசிபெண்ட்ஸ்க்கும் தேங்க்யூங்க. இந்த செஷன் வந்து உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்க போது நான் பிலீவ் பண்ணுறேங்க.
ஓகே, கன்வீனர் அமுதா பழனிசாமி.
அவங்களும் பார்க்கில் தாங்க இருக்காங்க.
ஓகே ஓகே. ஹானரி மெம்பர் கோவிந்த்.
வணக்கம், அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். குட் ஈவினிங் ஆல். ஐ எம் கோவிந்த், லாஸ்ட் இயர் பிரசிடென்ட், திஸ் இயர் ஹானரி மெம்பர். And thank you all for joining, and especially many more thanks for speakers, because they're sharing their wealth of knowledge, especially in the new field of AI. Yeah, thank you all.
Thanks. Okay, yeah, since Govind Anna, you are here, I would like to invite you to talk about our first speaker, Mr. Bharati Raja.
Yeah, sure. Bharati Raja is like, he's very much, I think you all got the LinkedIn profile. I don't have to repeat about his profile. So Bharati Raja, I know him last 5-6 years in Tamil Mandram. He's a big contributor to Tamil community, especially in terms of language side. So apart from that, last year we started the tech meetup, AI tech meetup. It was first time in Tamil Mandram. So we started this tech meetup concept in 2017. So due to COVID and other things, we don't have that in-person meetup. So we wanted to start that, and we did that big time in last year, Dublin. So more than 100 people gathered, and we shared a lot of knowledge about AI. It was a very useful session by appreciated by participants. So Bharati Raja, and he talked a lot of examples about AI use cases, and today also he's going to repeat some of them. It's going to be a good concept. So with that introduction, I think I welcome Bharati Raja and all other speakers for your contribution to the community. Thank you.
Thanks, Anand. Thank you. Before I'll ask Bharati Raja to talk, just 1 minute, quick note. So please mute yourself in case if you are unmuted, and make sure that right now it's going to start the actual session, and it will continue for next 1 to 1.5 hours. So make sure that you are muted. Please be patient, and then wait for at the end to ask any questions. If you have any question, you can post it in the chat, and we will try to address them at the end of this session, right? So before even we start the session, I would like to say one thing. So we have 4 topics, right? First, about features and the current trends. Second one is how you can transition towards the AI ready. Third one is all about branding. The fourth one is all about like what happens in case of a difficult situation, layups, right? How to manage, navigate this situation, right? So these are like 4 segments we have. This complete package, and I hope it will have a good impact in your life. And Tamil Mandram hopes that it's going to be a good session for all of you. Okay, with that, I'll invite Mr. Bharati Raja take over.
Oh, thank you, Aristotle. Thank you, Govind, for the opportunity. Thank you for having me. And thank you, everyone, for taking your time on a Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. Let's get started. So let's start with this crazy question, right? Why do we have to talk about, or why do we have to understand the current trends and the future career paths because of our AI, right? In AI and because of AI, right? So AI is not just going to impact the lives of techies like us, like most of us. It is also going to have a huge impact on almost every other field outside of the tech world as well, right? So just imagine there are 2 people. There is a Sendil and Selvi. Okay, I don't know if there are any Sendils in the group. Yeah, I see some Sendil. Okay, I'm not talking about you. Okay, just taking some names for ease of understanding, right? Let's say they are both lifetime members of Tamil Mandram. Sendil is a person who is a techie who works all the time, always on top of his job, right? Gets always on the top 10%, gets promoted every second year, right? Gets all the accolades in the work, right? Very successful. On the other hand, let's say Selvi is a person who's okay in her job, not bad, but good in her job, but not so good, not so dedicated as Sendil is, but she spends time in understanding what is happening around her, right? Just the opposite of Sendil. Sendil doesn't do anything other than work, but he is very good in work. Whereas Selvi does her work, but she also tries to understand what is happening in the industry, what is happening in the world around her, what is happening in Tamil Mandram, right? That kind of a person. Now, if somebody is going to lose their job first, who do you think will lose their job first? I don't think I'm being cruel here, right? So that's not my idea. This is the reality today. So we cannot run away from that. Now, our conventional wisdom would tell us that it is Selvi who would lose her job first, right? Because Sendil is on top of everything, right? He's so good at his job. That is what we tend to believe. But things have changed now. So it is not, the layoffs are not based on performance anymore, right? Some of them are really performance based, some of them are because of AI, but they cover it as a performance based layoff, right? So in this case, I would argue that Selvi would retain her job because she knows what is happening in the industry. She would have understood what is going to happen to her role even before others woke up, right? She would have attended meetups like this, webinars like this, prepared her for a new role, right? Because of AI, what is changing? Let's say both of them are software engineers, right? Vanilla, regular Java developers who are doing website development and that kind of a role. Now, Selvi would have realized that AI is going to be the thing. Now, there is going to be tools like Replit. Everything is going to be cloud code, and everything is going to be done by AI. Now, she would have taken a transformation as a data engineer. Right? Now, that is what we are going to talk about. Now, what kind of preparation we need to have because this big thing is coming. Right? That is why we want to have this conversation. Now, when I say artificial intelligence, what is the sentiment you get? There are different types of sentiments, right? There are people who are extremely positive about what is going to happen. Andrew Ng, you might know, is very popular in the AI world. He's like one of the gurus in the AI world. He says it is like electricity. Very positive view, right? When electricity came, how it changed humanity's growth, we all know. We have seen it. Today, if electricity is cut for a few minutes, we cannot tolerate that, leave alone living without electricity, right? On the other hand, look at what Stephen Hawking has said. He is one of the best brains that ever lived on this planet. And he says when artificial intelligence takes over, complete full artificial intelligence is completely developed, that could be end of humanity, right? And there is merit in what he is saying. It is, we cannot rule out anything. When everything is going to be done by AI, what are we going to do is a question, right? It is a complete opposite view. And then there is also a balanced view. It is up to us, right? It is up to us and people in power who can change the course of humanity based on their decisions, based on the governance, right? So that is the third one. Now, both people who think it is positive and even they don't understand the extremes of positive impact it is going to have in our lives. Likewise, people who think it is negative, even they don't understand the extremes of negative impact it is going to have in our lives. Right? So that is what is happening right now. Now, I want to pay attention to both the views. Let's keep it open. Let's listen to both the views. We'll talk about what has been the past, what has happened so far, what is happening right now, what is the future. That is the idea. Now, after this, there are three other speakers who are going to talk about specific things. I'm sure you will love it today. Yeah, we can go to the next one, Aristotle. Now, so last year, the AI discussion we had, right, half a day session we had, it is one of the best things that have ever happened in my life. So we talked about this part in detail. It all started. See, all our religions, all our literatures across the globe have talked about automation, talked about something like AI vaguely 2000 years ago, 3000 years ago. Greek mythology talks about Talos. If you've heard about Talos, if you've heard about Pandora, we keep talking about Pandora's box, right? After the session or during the session, you can Google. and see who Pandora is. That is one side. In our Indian literatures, in Sanskrit, there is yantra. Then even in our Manimegalai and Silappadigaram, there are things like even Amuda Surabhi, Akshaya Patra, right? So all these have given inspiration to humanity to start thinking about things that will do what humans are doing. Create things which are as good as humans in certain areas, like for very specific purpose. From there, the biggest inspiration that happened like 300 years ago is a robot called Turk. A Hungarian researcher created a robot called Turk. This Turk is it's not even a robot. Okay, it's not even a robot in current sense what we understand robot as. So this Turk is a machine. It looks like a piano. It's a huge one. You have to carry. It's a very heavy one. You cannot carry. You have to carry it in a truck. So this Turk used to defeat everybody in chess. Right? It defeated Napoleon, King Napoleon Bonaparte, and then everyone across the globe was excited about it. Then it was brought to the US. One of the presidents, he played chess with Turk, and Turk defeated him. And then Charles Babbage, our father of computer science, we say, right? The C++ book, those of you who studied computer science in college would have read his book. He played with Turk. He also lost. And that, in a way, inspired the technical world, the technologists, to think about something like AI, something like robot. And eventually, it was figured out that there was a person sitting inside who was playing, and they had made it look like the mechanics were looking like it is a robot, right? But actually, there was a person inside, but there was never an answer which was found. That whole thing, machine, was lost in a fire accident. So till today, humanity doesn't know what happened actually with Turk. After that, some of the biggest things that happened. So around 50s, 60s, people started talking about AI. The first biggest breakthrough was with Turing. Even today, gold standard in AI is Turing test, right? What is meant by Turing test is someone by name Turing, Mr. Turing. So he says when you look at an output, let's say I give a letter. Looking at it, you should not be able to say whether it is written by a human being or it is written by a machine. That is Turing test. Now that was the biggest breakthrough. Then there were algorithms, logics. So one of them, Aristotle, not this Aristotle, right? Our philosopher Aristotle. So he was the one who said thoughts can be structured, right? The logical conversations can be structured. We always thought it is chaotic, right? Thinking is chaotic. So we think chaotically. So we think we cannot give a structure to our thoughts. Actually, you can give microstructures to one's thoughts. So Aristotle is the first one who said, hey, there is something called logic, there is something called structure. And that fueled actually a lot of AI tests and researches later by people like Turing. And then came algorithm, all this happened. In the meanwhile, there are also something called AI winters. Like what we have today, the startup boom that we see in the Bay Area, there was an AI boom. And there are a couple of times when fundings were cut. Governments that were funding AI research cut it because they didn't see value. Let's say there is a recession and people don't see value in investing in startups. People will start venture capitalists and angel investors will stop their funding, right? That's what happened for AI research. And after 20, 30 years, again, there were some magical things that happened. One was Deep Blue. If you remember Deep Blue, if you are, most of you, I am sure, are in your 40s or late 30s, and there may be some students as well. A computer defeated Gary Kasparov. That was a major breakthrough. That is when people started realizing, oh, okay, this is what is coming. Right? There is going to be a machine which can defeat the smartest chess player in the world. And then there was AlphaGo, the DeepMind CEO. He created AlphaGo. More than chess, Go is another game which has a Chinese heritage. Go is like 1,000 times tougher than chess. Okay, chess has only like so many limited number of boxes, right? Whereas Go has millions of combinations possible. I think some Lidal, right? That guy is the number one, like Gary Kasparov and Anand. He was the number one in Go. Now, Go and AlphaGo had a game, and AlphaGo defeated Go, this guy. And that was a shock because there is a popular move called a 37th move in this game. This 37th move done by the machine is something that humans have never thought about. Even the best Go players have never thought about it. They've never made this move. When that move was made by the machine, the world was shocked. Then that gave a preview of what AI can do. Now, that is a history. Latest is what we saw 3 years ago. Sam Altman came and said, actually, before Sam Altman came and talked about all this, there was already a lot of research happening at Google. Google came out with this transformer white paper, which was used extensively for developing GPT. And then when he came and announced one day about ChatGPT, generative AI, this whole thing became like a bubble. Right? Last 3 years, everybody is talking about AI. Every association is conducting AI events. Right? This is one of those examples. Now, this is what has happened so far. Last year or two, we have been talking about agentic AI, which is more than generative AI. We will go to the next slide. I'll start. So this is what is currently happening. What happened so far in the last hundreds of years, plus specifically last 40, 50 years. And then what is happening in the last few years is this. See, AI is being applied in every industry today. Finance, healthcare, retail, whatever, consumer goods, technology. In every vertical, AI is being applied. That is what you see at the bottom right-hand side, right? Real world deployment. So every industry is using. The best of that is healthcare. Now, 2024, there were 2 Nobel Prizes for both physics and chemistry, right? That was all AI related. The protein folding research, which was done by the Google team, right? Healthcare is where we are going to see the biggest impact for humanity in the near term, which is what is happening now. One, let's say there is a pandemic. We will not take another 18 months to develop vaccines this time. It will be much, much quicker. That is how fast things have become with AI. Now, not only that, cancer, whatever is untreatable, undiagnosable is going to be treatable and diagnosable in the near future. Very soon it is going to happen. That is one big thing that is happening. Now, the most important thing that is happening in healthcare is called precision medicine. Today, and I'll just take one example which most Tamil people can understand. When we were growing up, in the government hospitals in Tamil Nadu, I'm sure if you are from other states, you will have something similar in your state, right? There used to be a tablet, TN, something like TN, right? For any disease, they give that tablet. Is what people used to say. For every disease, it is the same tablet. How is it curing everything? No, it is not that. It is just that it looks the same. It was different types of tablets, but still, there are only like in any government hospital, you would not have more than 10 to 20 tablets. Now, precision medicine means there will be a different tablet for Aristotle, there will be a different tablet for Raj, there will be a different tablet for Sendil, right? Depending on your body type, your history, there will be tablets for you. And the same thing can be applied for cooking, right? What you like, the best sambar for you will be made by using technology. The best rasam will be made for you using technology, right? That is precision cooking. That is another thing that is happening. Now, Gen AI is what we have been talking about it. Gen AI is very popular because that is the most talkative, most flashy, most colorful thing because it generates a lot of content. It writes beautiful emails for you. It gives you pictures, right? That is one part of AI. It's not everything. There is a lot of other things that are happening. One thing that we, especially Indians, miss out a lot on is physical AI, right? Robotics research and physical AI. China, for example, has been doing a lot of research there. There was an event in one of the Google offices last year for robotics people. So there were like 200 people. I couldn't meet more than 2-3 Indians in that entire group, right? Not even others. It was mostly the Asian people, the Far East people. So that is another thing that is happening. Now, keeping all this aside, now let's listen to the naysayers, right? No sayers, people who think AI is going to be doom, right, for us. Now we have to listen to them because they have valid questions. Just one point, yeah, ethics and regulation, right? So there are people who are positive about it. We will jump into it. We will become AI engineers, AI architects, AI developers, push AI everywhere. That is one thing. Now there has to be regulation. It shouldn't result in end of humanity like what Stephen Hawking predicted. Now that is going to be the responsibility of these people who are doing cybersecurity and governance GRC today. They are going to lead this effort. If you are in that space, you are going to lead this effort today. Now let's move to what is coming next, right? Now this is what is coming next. Now, like I said in the beginning, there are two types of impacts. One, the impact within the tech community. Now this entire presentation, all the talks we are going to have today are for techies like you, most of you. And it is also going to have a huge impact for non-techies, right? That we are not covering here. Now, just close your eyes and think you are waking up in the morning, right? This is the final perfect nirvana state I'm talking about. You wake up in the morning, you don't even have to get up from your bed. AI will help you get up. Your coffee will be served there. You don't even have to go to the bathroom. There will be an invisible diaper which will take care of it, right? All this is going to happen. How far are we from that? All AI experts agree on one thing, right? It is going to happen. It may be 20 years or 50 years. Most likely in our lifetime, we will see that. Our kids will go through this. Now, that is not something we are covering here, right? That is the end state. Now, what we are covering here is in the next few years, we are all worried, terrified about what this is going to do in our lives, right? We are talking about, hey, I have a job. I'm getting a 150K, 200K salary. My parents are aging. My kids are going to school and college. I have to pay the bills. I am on H1B. If I lose my job, I have to go back to India in the next 2 weeks, right? That is the kind of terror we are going through now. Now, that is what we are going to address today, right? What are the roles which are going to be relevant in the medium term when AI is still evolving? It is these roles, right? The vanilla support engineer, tester, developer, all these are going to go. And when I say it is going to go, what it means is they are projecting around 60 to 80% of our jobs, right, are not going to go. They're going to completely change. The tasks are going to change. All of us on this call, we are not going to do the same thing 2 years from now, right? Our job, if I am a sales guy, it is not the same like what it was 2 years ago. I use ChatGPT. This entire slide deck, I use ChatGPT to make today. Right? I would have spent 2 days. I would have burnt the midnight oil for 2 nights. I did this whole thing in half an hour. Now, this is what is happening in every job. Now, developers, it is going to happen. So, data scientists, data architect, all data related roles will have a longer validity compared to the regular technical jobs, right? The one that is going to stay for longer is the research scientists, people who are going to research on AI, right? They are the ones who are going to drive AI. Until that takes complete control, we are going to keep a check on that. They will have a job. So if you have that research attitude, please get into that. And then the ethics people, the cybersecurity GRC people who are going to take over this larger role of ensuring AI is ethical, responsible, doesn't hallucinate, it doesn't use bad words when it is speaking to people, kids, right? It doesn't throw bad images to kids, right? All that is going to be taken care by these people. In simple terms, techies or non-techies, whatever you are doing, try to identify the AI component that can change your life, people like you, their life. Bring that into your job. Speak to your manager, right? Monday morning, at least 20 people from this group have to go back and speak to their manager and say, hey, I want to do something on AI. Right? Whatever it is, I'll figure out. Jump in. Right? Nobody has figured out, including the large companies like OpenAI and Google have not figured out what it is going to be like. So jump in and start figuring out. We will talk about, if you have questions, in the end, we will talk about them. And over to you, Aristotle and other speakers. Thank you.
Thanks, Bharati Raja. As always, your wisdom and the way you talk and the way you cover the topic, it's always helpful and useful. And you started all the way from 2000 years, and then you covered current as well as the future. I'm sure definitely everyone might have got some insights, and at least 20 to 30 people will go and talk to their manager and ask them to give some of the AI related project, right? So thank you so much, Bharati. And yeah, so we'll have a Q&A session at the end of it. Please wait till end of this session. So we have 3 more speakers.
One thing, Aristotle, sorry. I think I see chat is disabled. So at least you can enable it. Probably we'll post the questions over the chat.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So yes, we talked about the trends and future, right? But what should I do now, right? That is the next segment, which I would like to invite Mr. Okay, before even we go to the next segment, we have a quick upcoming events which we want to cover, right? So Tamil Mandram organizes many upcoming events. So I would like to invite Sarita to talk about a couple of events.
வணக்கம்ங்க. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். பாரதி ராஜா, ரொம்ப நன்றிங்க. அவ்வளவு டீட்டெயிலான ஒரு விஷயம் பின்னாடி போய் முன்னாடி வரைக்கும் கடைசி 10 வருஷம் என்ன நடந்தது, முன்னாடி இன்னும் 25 வருஷம் நம்ம பிள்ளைங்க என்ன பண்ண போறாங்கன்ற வரைக்கும் அவ்வளவு அழகா நீங்க எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணீங்க. ஈவன் அந்த ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட் அந்த இமேஜுமே ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருந்தது பார்க்கறதுக்கு. தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் த டைம். ஸோ கமிங் டு த ஈவெண்ட், தமிழ் மன்றம் ஈவெண்ட்டுங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஃப்ரைடே பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா இலக்கிய கூட்டம் இருக்கு. எல்லாரும் பங்கு கொண்டு இலக்கியம், தமிழோட சங்க இலக்கியம் முதல்ல இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற நவீன இலக்கியம் வரைக்கும் நமக்கு பேசுறதுக்கு புலவர் ராமலிங்கம், கவிதா ஜவஹர், அதுக்கப்புறம் மாது அவர்கள் வராங்க. எல்லாரும் பங்கு கொண்டு பயன்பெறுங்க. ஸோ அதன் பிறகு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா செப்டம்பர்ல முத்தமிழ் விழா இருக்கு. அதுக்கான ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் ஃபார்முமே நம்ம லான்ச் பண்ணிட்டோம். அதில் எல்லாரும் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி நிறைய இருக்கு நம்மளுக்கு இயல், இசை, நாடகம் சொல்லிட்டு ஏகப்பட்ட விஷயம் நடக்கப்போது. ஓல்டே ஈவெண்ட் அது. உங்களோட பிள்ளைங்க இல்லை உங்களுக்கு என்ன இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருந்தாலும் நீங்க ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி அதில் பயன்பெறுமாறு அன்புடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றேன். நன்றி.
Thanks, Sarita. Thank you so much. And in case if we have a Rajesh to talk about Chitri Tiruvalla, well and good. If not, then Varadu, you can cover food festival, and then maybe you can also. Okay, we have Amudha as well. She will be talking about the super singer. Varadu, maybe you can go next.
வணக்கம் எல்லாருக்கும். ரொம்ப நல்ல செஷன் பாரதி ராஜா. உங்களோட ஸ்பீச்சஸ் ரொம்ப இன்டெப்த்தாக நீங்கள் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு லேமேனுக்கு புரிகிற மாதிரி சொல்லியிருக்கீங்க. வரப்போகிற அந்த ஏப்ரல் 26 பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அரிஸ்டாட்டில் சொன்ன மாதிரி அது ஃபுட் ஃபெஸ்டிவல் சொல்லலாம். நம்ம ஊர் கல்யாணத்தில் போய் சாப்பிட்டா எப்படி இருக்கும், ஒரு பந்தி சாப்பாடு, வாடகை இலையில் பந்தி சர்வ் பண்ணுற மாதிரி கல்யாண சாப்பாடு, வெஜிடேரியன் சைவ உணவு இருக்குது. ஒரு சொல்லப்போனால் ஒரு முஸ்லீம் கல்யாணத்தில் போயிட்டு ஒரு பிரியாணி சாப்பிட்ற மாதிரி இருந்தால் எப்படி இருக்கும். ஸோ கெடா விருந்து சொல்லுவோம். கெடா விருந்து, கல்யாண விருந்து. தமிழ் மன்றம் நம்மளோட பிளாட்டினம் ஸ்பான்சர் அண்ணாச்சி கடை அவரோட இணைந்து நாங்கள் ஒரு ஃபீஸ்ட்டை ஹோஸ்ட் பண்ணுறோம் வர சண்டே, நெக்ஸ்ட் சண்டே, ப்ளசன்டன் சீனியர் சென்டர். எல்லாருமே முன்கூட்டியே பதிவு செஞ்சு எல்லாருமே பந்தியில் சாப்பிட்லாம். உங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸு, ஃபேமிலிஸ் சேர்ந்து வாங்க. குரூப்பாக புக் பண்ணினா உங்களுக்கு ஒரு பெஸ்ட்டு டிஸ்கவுண்ட்டும் நாங்கள் கொடுக்குற மாதிரி இருக்கும். என்னை ரீச் பண்ணலாம். இந்த வருஷம் தமிழ் மன்ற ட்ரெஷரர் நான் அரேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியும். தேங்க்யூங்க. நன்றி. அதை பார்த்தோன்னா ஃப்ளையர்ஸ், போஸ்டர்ஸ்லாம் அரிஸ்டாட்டில் ஃபாலோ பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு அனுப்புவார். கண்டிப்பாக புக் பண்ணுங்கள். தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you, Varun. Yeah, maybe Amudha, you want to talk about the super singer?
Yeah, thank you, Aristotle. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கங்க. I'm the convener for EC team. So thanks, Bharati Raja. ரொம்ப நன்றி for your presentation. ஸோ சூப்பர் சிங்கர் ஈவெண்ட் வந்து நம்ம இந்தியாவில் வந்து பார்த்துருப்போம், நம்ம டிவியில் பார்த்துருப்போம். குழந்தைங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் அது ஒரு பெரிய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. அதே மாதிரி இங்கே இருக்கிற டேலண்ட்ஸ்க்கும் வந்து வாய்ப்பு கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இங்கே இப்போ 2 ரவுண்டு நடந்து முடிஞ்சிருக்குங்க. 3rd ரவுண்டு நாளைக்கு நடக்குது. அதோட ஃபைனல்ஸ் வந்து 25, அதாவது நம்ம சித்திரை திருவிழா இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா, கடா விருந்து காலையில எல்லாம் சாப்பிட்டுட்டு ஈவினிங் வந்து சூப்பர் சிங்கர் ஃபைனல்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஸோ நீங்க எல்லாரும் ஃபேமிலியோட வந்து எல்லாரும் என்ஜாய் பண்ணணும், பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணுங்க. தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச். Thanks, Aristotle. Yeah.
Thanks, Amrita. Maybe the next one is investment and wealth management. I'm not sure whether Govindana is here. If not, then I can quickly.
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear Aristotle?
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Anna.
Yeah. Chat disable ஆயிருக்கு still, அதை கொஞ்சம் enable பண்ணுங்க. So yeah. So 100 people join பண்றீங்க, ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி. ஸோ அருள் இல்லாதவனுக்கு அவ்வுலகம் இல்லை. அதனால அருள் இல்லாதவருக்கு இப்போ ஏஐ செஷன், பொருள் இல்லாதவருக்கு வந்து நம்ம வந்து ஒரு வெல்த் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் செஷன் பண்ண போகிறோம். நம்ம தமிழ் மன்றத்திலே வந்து த லாட் ஆஃப் வெல்த் அட்வைசர்ஸ் ஸ்பான்சர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க. அவங்கள வச்சோ அல்லது வந்து நம்ம கிரிப்டோ எக்ஸ்பர்ட் இருக்காங்க, பள்ளி ராமநாதன் வந்து டப்ளின்ல. ஸோ ஒன் ஆஃப் தம் வில் டூ த செஷன். ஸோ ஸ்டே டியூன்ட், வில் ஹாவ் தட் செஷன் இன் ஃபியூச்சர். And thank you, Aristotle, for initiating this kind of tech meetup and other meetups, because Tamil Mandram, we do all this ELSI Nadagam. Apart from that, we are doing services, as you mentioned. So lot of events we are doing. So those are all service focused, and that will help to improve a lot of membership base. So any of you in this group, among 100 people, want to join as a life member or annual member, please join. And if you want to do the support of a sponsorship also, please welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Okay, yeah, this is like, maybe you can take, this is our, if you want to be a member for Tamil Mandram, please scan this QR code and you should be able to register. Just $100 for lifetime, the whole lifetime you can be a member. Yeah. Next, I would like to invite our next speaker, Mr. Rajsekhar Rajendran, and he is one of Tamil Mandram's, like maybe he's with the Tamil Mandram for many years, and he has been helping us in many aspects of it. And in terms of the tech side, and he is a senior Google Cloud architect, and he has many certifications on data, ML, and engineering side of it, and he has done a lot of work on the software side, and also he has developed a few products, and it went live. With that, I would like to hand it over to Mr. Rajsekhar Rajendran.
Hi all, thank you. வணக்கம், நன்றி. இந்த இதில் வந்து நான் எவாஞ்சலிஸ்டாக இருக்கேன் கோட் ஹப் ஏஐக்கு. ஸோ ஐ திங்க் நம்ம பாரதி அவங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி வாட் டு வி டூ நெக்ஸ்ட். ஸோ சில ஏரியாஸ்லாம் வந்துட்டு சேஃபாக இருக்கு. ஸோ வி லுக் ஃபார்வர்ட் தட். ஸோ திஸ் செஷன் இஸ் எஸ்பெஷலி beneficial for the IT professionals. That's what we are looking at. So how do we start if you have not started, or where are the areas to look out? Like he said, go and talk to your manager to look out. So we are here to list down those details that can helpful. In this slides will be available to you as well, so you can read them later as well. Okay, so next slide please. Yeah, so let's take a moment or a minute. So what are the things you have done, and is your job safe? you need to start thinking that angle as well. But then so just to read them and answer to yourself what you did for the whole week of last week at your work. Okay, and see where it stands and how safe you are. Okay, so if you have so these are the 5 simple questions. So if you have gone through this, so the same order, how it is safe is, it's a relative term. Before the AGI or super intelligence, all those things comes up. Until then, what should we do? Like regulations and all takes over. So whatever the job you do, as long as it solves some problem and initiates a new experience, or making a judgment call, basically decide which one to do, what is the best for the organization level. It can take the basic coding level, it can do the decisions, but then at the organization level, strategy levels, if you are already making those initiatives and works, then your job is little more time safe. But if you write the code from scratch without using AI or something, then it is a little bit shaky, but then you can get augmented. So, but then, yeah, if you look at the tickets, nowadays it can be automated. Like my speaking, here are the action items. The action items can go into the tickets. So that is how the automations are happening. So whenever you have the critical thinking and the domain judgment, that is where your moat. That is where you can, the AI is not going to invade immediately, but at least safe to progress further. Next slide, please. Yeah, so for engineers, I mean engineers, not from the education alone. I mean the skill set perspective. So you can acquire the engineering skills down the line. Even be a high school student, you can get into the engineering field works. So if you think of that, now you need to think specifically the software engineering side, even software engineer or data engineer, whichever the way. You have the agents. AI coding agents does the job for you. It thinks through and able to do. So what you need to start thinking, if you remember the defect age, so the defect gets identified the more later stage after the production, the age of it's going to fix is going to take more time. So shift left, and that's the usual word we hear in the software industry. So you need to start thinking at why these requirements comes in. How do I make it faster? How do I compartmentalize it? All those judgments, you bring your deep domain knowledge. Those things are the one you need to start documenting. In the sense, if you are using cloud or skill.md, all those things you can document it. And hence, if you are a junior engineer, still you can outperform your senior engineer's expectations. If you are a senior engineer, you can use the agents to do the tasks, and you become an own engineering member team to deliver the business solutions faster. Next slide, please. Yeah, so what is urgency? Like Bharati said, now we are transitioning so fast. If it is going to be like ubiquitous electricity level, then you need to start few years back at least. But even if you have not started, how do you start now? Because those who have the early adapters, you can be an user of the AI or you are the developer of the AI. Okay, so you can play multiple roles. And then if you are a user of the AI in developing the applications, then it gives you an added advantage. If you see now, AI native professionals are delivering 10x output. That means they are able to accomplish 6 month project in 1 month or 45 days. So that's the expectations from the management, as well as we can go and strive more bigger projects. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, I mean, like Bharti said, there are three things, right? He said good thing and the totally opposite eclipse or classic eclipse, and then the last one, you will have a moderated view. So the good news is you see whenever the mundane task or a repeatable task that will get automated, that's going to be the ones. So you think what is your judgment calls, where is the innovation you bring into the table, and hence, if like he said, he took a lot of hours to, and instead of taking 2 days to develop those slides, it took 2 hours. Indeed, if you see the back of my picture, it is developed by the AI only. Simply put it in two prompts, then you are getting it instead of giving to the Photoshop and other more. Okay, so that is the opportunity and there to use the technology, so you can solve the problems in a meaningful way. So that is where you need to use the AI. That is one way to look at it, and then opportunity to build the new products. Yeah, thank you. Next one. So there are two areas to look at. There is specialization, and you need to have the deep knowledge, and then the generalization. You have acquired multiple knowledge, and then you become an architect or a manager or a VP level, right? So you acquire certain areas, and then you able to solve the problems faster. Then you have additional hours available to you to get expertise in the another area. That is where your expertise. You need to look at the other areas to get into details, because AI assistance is there for you to ask valid questions and get the knowledge. You are not starting from zero. Let's say you are starting something in the biology. You have never worked on that or never learned about it. So still you can go and ask the valid questions and come to the level 3 quickly. And then deep dive to for level 4 and 5. So that is where the AI helps you. And if you already have a deep domain knowledge with the AI tools, it gives an unfair advantage to grow faster. So it is that your deep domain expertise is very well needed. Thank you. Next one, please. So let's see. I mean, AI is not going to kill everything, but like say you start from calculator, before the calculator, we were doing manual calculations. So calculator aids you to save time. Similarly, with Excel, it saves you, it aids you to save time. Similarly, you don't have to switch careers if you are, having work, let's say, like Senthil is the example, right? Given by Bharati, he is a deep down guy focusing on the work, but then he needs to look at the other things, right? So that is where you don't have to switch careers. You look at where the areas you can strategically think and augment. So you move from the delivery side of it to thinking side of it or strategizing side of it from your understanding wise. You keep your ears open to understand what are the opportunities available in the company or your product, whichever the place you are working. Okay, so that is where everything. So you don't have to start chasing everything new comes. If you remember, as long as you have the fundamentals, you will be able to build the pillars. So everybody has certain skills. They have to identify their own problem solving skill and other aspects, and they start improvising it. So the AI can help you. So as you see here, I put two things: intrinsic motivation, extrinsic motivation. So basically, it's a mindset to imbibe yourself that I can do this better. So start looking at why you want to do this. So then you deep down your answer will help you to continue to develop further in that direction. Thank you. Next one, please. So where do we start? So as we said, we have seen all these things. So how do we start? Where do we start? Like go and talk to a manager, right? Similarly, audit your work. Last couple of days, what you did, which are the ones are getting repeatedly doing monotonous tasks. How do we make it? Start with few tools. I mean, because just like Mac is there, Windows is there, Linux is there. All the OS are going to be similar one. So master it one area, then you can understand the other area. Similarly, use one tool to understand better, then you can jump to the other tools. Okay, don't have to chase what is the best new things comes in. So and deep dive on one area. Similarly, better prompting, even you can tell the AI to give the better prompt. So that is how you improve your skill and hence feed that back and repeat whatever the best practices you will learn along the way. So just like you, when you start running, you feel like motivated to run for a new resolution couple of days, but then the enthusiasm goes down. So make it a habit. At least I will put 1 or 2 hours every day. So once it becomes a habit, then you will be able to regularly use those skills in your career and your personal life as well. Next one, please. So, I mean, this session is more for the IT people, and hence we put 3 sections which are the tools you can start with. If you heard most of them, but which are the ones are very good for you for your side. If you're a software engineer, Cursor, Cloud, and other things are there. So get into one details, and then you can deliver faster, 10x faster. Depends on the complexity of your code. QA testers, like it gets automated. So you can start generating the testing scripts even from the requirements onwards. So use the tools to help you. And the product managers, leaders, I mean, for example, when I need to communicate to the engineers, I will just feed it to the Gemini and here are the scenarios, give me some sample. So that gives the people in my team to analyze those things. Okay, this is what the expectations from the product scope. So they can easily build on top of that. Okay, so that's how the product managers, leaders can understand. You don't have to be techie, but you can understand the business and deliver. Next one, please. So yes, this is the playbook, right? This one will be given to you, so you can use that as a audit by yourself. If you have certain domain expertise with the AI skill, you are going to grow. It is going to give you an additional advantage. So where are the areas to look forward? That is your understanding where to look for. And how do you assess? Let's say certain areas are going to get replaced with the AI assistants, right? So which are the areas to look at? Where are the judgmental areas you want to um, progress on your career? That's what you will be auditing and assessing. Then you practice the AI tools. You can be AI developer or you can be an AI user. So practice that activity. Then the mindset, as I said, it's more of an intrinsic motivation that helps you why you need to do this. Then it will help you. Okay, we are not competing with AI. We are co-working with AI. It's a mathematical number, right? Probability. So if you go back to the steps, then okay, so how it is hallucinating or bluffing. So then you need to understand and give the feedback. Just like your kids, how do you tell them to navigate through the life? Same way, you need to assist that input the AI, and it will give you the better answer. That's a mindset. Okay, so we can try. So if you look at it, two things. I mean, the AI power to you, that is what given by Dharmesh in the last HubSpot CTY event. I'm taking that, but then I'm giving another angle. So either you develop the AI, like Bharati said, the researcher or a mathematician, or those deep domain on the computer science side, you build the models, LLMs, and more. Right, that is one angle. So you grow, and AI engineering, ML engineering, all those areas. So other side is user of the AI. So you can build a business practice, you can build a product development, you can create apps development, app building. So this is where you use the AI tools, but then you can deliver a very recombinant innovation work to the business or to yourself to grow further. So that is a multiplier effect. We get it in AI. To start, you need to look at it where you are. In the sense, we know 2020 onwards, the Gen AI starts getting better, and then the agents started getting better, and then the skills. So the reusable component of the agent is skill, and then the multiple agents can work together. That is where the level 3 agentic AI, it can direct multiple agents to work together to deliver the output. So this is how you will progress if you want to take up this AI career path. So that's where, yeah, next slide, please. Okay, sure. So that is where you will have some questions. You can put it in the side discussions, and then you can audit yourself to progress further. All the best to everyone.
Thank you so much, Raj. Thanks for explaining in detail in terms of like how I can navigate the current scope, how I can upskill myself from wherever I am in terms of like either it's an engineer or a data engineer or even a product engineer or anyone, right? Like wherever I can, uh, uh, wherever possible, if I can use an AI in that field, I can definitely upskill. So it gives me a positive tone that yes, definitely it doesn't need to be a data scientist. I can still use the AI to upskill myself. Thank you so much, Raj. Yeah, in case if anyone wants to connect with Raj, you can QR code on the left side is the LinkedIn profile one. Okay, next. So this event is sponsored by the Code Hub AI is one of our event sponsor, and I would like to invite them to come and talk. I think it will be mostly covered by Raj. I think believe you, right?
Yeah, I play the evangelist role, so I can help the others as well to do evangelist role. So here, Code Hub AI is offering the beginner to get ready, right? That's the intention we have talked about. So the foundations courses are offered, and the multiple people in the East US people are able to understand and use it. And this is online as well, completely online. So anyone in USA or outside of USA also can make best use of these courses, foundations, next level, simple agents, next level, complete agentic AI. So all the deep dive courses are industry proven, and that comes from the industry practitioners. So that helps you to grow more. Yeah, next slide, please. So you can take the picture, scan your code, and they talk to us on the WhatsApp number and more. Why you want to do this course or how it can help your career to progress further. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raj. Yeah. So yeah, I think some of us might be hearing like, hey, everyone is talking about AI. I don't know where to start, what to start, and how to start, right? So, and also like, who can help us? Who can hold my hand to help me? Like, I do not know anything, right? So, I believe that hopefully that if you can join this specific course, like you can pick one of the course, and if you can join this course, that would be awesome. I believe because you don't need to commit to this course. You can just join for introduction session and hear what they are saying, and if you feel that if you are comfortable, then you can join this course. Yeah, thank you so much, Raj, and I'll move on to the next one. And we have our sponsor, annual sponsors. They are also into the IT field. Before we move on to the next two segments, I would like to invite Mr. Ganesh to come and talk about what they are doing in the IT digital transformation.
Yeah, very good evening to all present over there. Thank you, Aristotle, for giving me this opportunity. So we are an IT talent software service based company, and I would like to explain our transition and how where we were, and this is the vision which we have common across our organization when we started the organization to be the center of excellence in software cycle. But now we are transitioning ourselves into a IT services with AI powered company. Means every service what we do, we deliver it with at most three times the quality which we are delivering earlier, and with 3x speed using AI tools currently being adopted across the industry. And our mission is very clear. So we adapt to the technology and we become the preferred vendor to the commitment and excellence. Yeah, move on to the next slide. Yeah. As I said, it's about the journey which we had. We started in 2011 and we adapted till 2025. We were into existing technologies, but in 2026, we were planning in 2025 itself with a set of 10 team members, and we adapted to the AI technology using various tools, Claude, Git, Copilot. We are a service-based industry, but how we transition is that is what I'm going to explain here. Yeah, move on to the next slide. So these are the services which we are doing. As I said, we are a service-based company, but we are adapting to the technology. Not only for us, even for product companies, it is a good plus. So we develop custom software, quality assurance, cyber security. As Bharat Raja was saying, that cyber security is a good opportunity. We were focusing almost for a decade on this as well. And also we have a process automation using M365, wherein we also use AI tools to help on this like framework. And also we have a team of DevOps. They also get the support of AI tools. And with business intelligence, we have separate tools, but using this AI, we enhanced the solution and the data analyzing part in a much faster way and giving insights within a seconds, which we were doing in 3 to 4 months. Yeah, move on to the next slide. Yeah. Yeah, right now what we are doing with the team which we are 100 plus engineers. Among them, we have trained within ourselves with the training tools which are available in the market. We have trained almost 25 people with the existing team members. We adapted to the existing clients, training on AI and reducing the service calls. We also do a service support calls by getting the user inputs. We have trained our model and reduced the number of customer calls. And also we have a custom data model. Can you go to, yeah, please wait. Yeah, so we cut down the cost in a precise manner. We give the data input into the framework which the client has, and then we also have a optimized AI processing. It's kind of mix of internal and external models which we have. We also rely on OpenAI, and also we have a RAG system models which we have built for an insurance client. And also we have forecasted certain predictable cost for them, how much it will cost in upcoming budget, those kind of things which we have done. And also we have done serverless scalability. Yeah, move on to the next. So can you click on, yeah. So as everyone was speaking that we are moving to the technology, and people, this is for people who are already existing in the AI and IT technology. But there are vast areas across the globe where the technology itself is not penetrated into it or deep dived into it. There we are focusing where we can build solutions with AI within minutes. So this is the right time for people who have a stringent budget to get into the digitalization. And we are even building CRM applications within 2 to 3 days. And we are having a certain set of people who can assist in every CRM solutions, and also for the solutions which can be done in a faster manner. Yeah. These are our clients. Yeah. Move on to. Thank you once again. And we have our office in USA and also in Chennai. And we are looking out for partners with whom we can support our AI services. Yeah. Thank you, Shuttle.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Ganesh.
Thank you, team. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ganesh. And yeah, I'm sure like a lot of people here might be already using AA or exploring AA or willing to learn AA, and also who wants to partner with the companies who can actually help them to get the things done right. So when it comes to like partnership with like either it could be a human resources or it could be in services and product, right? I believe that IT Trident will be able to help you guys. Like if you have any use cases or any IT related questions, probably definitely you can reach out to IT Indian. So you can take a picture of this contact information. We will also be sharing the slides along with whoever is on this call. We'll be sharing these slides, so you can reach out to them. Thank you so much, Ganesh. Next, I know we heard about the future trend and the current trend, and also like how we can navigate, right? So the next step would be like, hey, I know like I'm learning and I wanted to get my job and I'm exploring the new job opportunities, right? So how can I promote myself into this the market space, right? How do I build my profile? How do I do a personal branding, right? So we have an expert here, Mr. Raj Nagalingam, who can come and share his expertise. I would like to invite Mr. Raj to come and share, can talk about it. Yeah, thanks, Raj. Take it over.
Thank you, Aristotle. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming and joining today's meeting. I will start with a quick question. So we are going to talk for the next 15 minutes about professional brand, how you can use AI to do that. Let me talk about the social currency. Everybody got a social currency in their pocket. That is LinkedIn. How many of you posted an article or shared a thoughts or even commented on LinkedIn post? If you have done, just commented on chat, like saying that, hey, I did it today. Or if you have thinking about posting an article and then you were confused, I don't want to do it, and you delete it. Show your grimsy face in the chat. Everybody is going through that part, but the biggest thing is with AI, you all can do that very easily. For the next 15 minutes, I'm going to talk about a framework, how you can use AI, and then go into all the trends. And I will start with one thing about me. I started as a Java developer, as a lot of people who came in into 2010 and 2000. Basically, I do eat, sleep, code, and repeat. Somewhere along the way, I realized my technical depth hit the career ceiling. I cannot grow. The reason behind is all we do is keep working on what we know. We need to expose our information, whatever we know, through social media, which I call it as a social currency. What you see here is 4 things. When I started for this presentation, I was thinking through a couple of things. There are 4 particular buckets we will talk about. The first and foremost, everyone in this call, you have to understand their landscape, where you want to go in the AI industry. I am in cybersecurity, like how Bharati was talking about. There are a big chunk of opportunities are available in cybersecurity because of the ethical and responsible AI. So you have to think about where the trend is and where you want to put yourself, and then you have to basically work on that. The second part is career readiness. We have a lot of information from Code, AI, and all. They have provided what are the career training you need to do. Plan it. And the next thing is AI knowledge. There is quite a bit of information, AI knowledge is available. We will go over some of the things, how you can use that AI knowledge to augment your resume, augment your job search. I will talk about that. And finally, the stability, the job market. Everybody is confused where to go. I will provide a strategy how you can do that using professional branding. What has changed? So, as I said, in the past, all you do is create a resume, upload it, And then sometimes you may have a LinkedIn and then network. People will look at your resume and give you offer. But in the present, it's completely different. The social currency, what I'm going to talk about, you go to LinkedIn, you provide your thought leadership, you provide a lot of article, publish, and then make sure you have a visible presence in the social and also in the industry. Future. This is where you all have to be very careful. It's becoming so easy to put your resume and go away. You should not. You should use AI as a co-pilot, and you should use it to augment your resume. Augment. There are 4 techniques I'm going to go over. Aristotle, we can go to the next slide. So this is a 5-step brand architecture I'm going to give you all. And I also have a website which I will showcase after this presentation. The first and foremost is your identity. My identity is a cybersecurity architect and a creator, and the passion. Like, for example, if the paycheck is not showing up, you are still use your passion to grow and develop your career. The one thing I do is use a lot of cloud code to develop a lot of application. That gives me a passion. That also helps me to showcase that in the LinkedIn. The audience is very critical. When you're going to a networking event like this, you definitely need to have your audience what they are looking for. When you look for a job or you're looking for some kind of a entrepreneur selling your product, you need to know your clients, employers, and you have to change your branding based on that. And the profile, which is your storefront, the LinkedIn is your storefront. Make sure spend at least a couple of minutes every day to go into LinkedIn and build that social currency. Finally, the position. What I mean here is doing an elevator pitch. You have to have a pitch. How you're going to have that? Like, I have a positional formula here. Basically, you can use that, or you can use a lot of AI tools to create that. You can go to the next slide. So again, we all talked about the branding. Now, how AI is helping you to do that. One of the basic thing I also have in this slide, not only the techniques or AI techniques, I also have a prompt where you can use that prompt to develop. The first and foremost is content copilot. You attend this meeting and you go back. What did you learn? Like, the recording is available. You can basically transcribe and create what you learn, and then you can post it in LinkedIn or any social media. That is the content copilot, which earlier days when I started in LinkedIn, it took almost like a couple of days to write an article. Now it takes 30 minutes for you doing a content copilot. You can also use the engagement analyzer. What it mean by that is you can post something and analyze how the topics are resonate, how many people are doing alike. And the third one is network intelligence. You want to use your technique, use the AI to analyze how is your mutual connections, strategic profiles. I do all that using a simple prompt. Personal brand auditor. This is very important. I am a cybersecurity person, and basically I want to see how all the cybersecurity people are there. What are the gaps I am? So I have to build that. You can easily prompt that with AI, ChatGPT, or Claude to get that. Hey, I'm here. I have 3 more profiles. It will say you, hey, these are the things, Raj, you need to prepare for yourself. What are the things changing in cybersecurity? What are the things I need to learn? Thought leadership agent. So today you have a lot of things happening. It's very difficult to catch up. Learn something which you are specifically aligned. If you're on the software engineer, you have to make sure you're aligning and understanding. So you will have an agent to look at the topics and learn about it, share it to the world. AI doesn't replace your voice, it amplifies. That's a very important thing I promote to my team and also to everyone here. The best brand to use AI for scale, not substitution. Your voice is your brand or a trust. Next slide. Okay, so we are all here, almost like 100 people are in this call. Let's connect on LinkedIn. Share your LinkedIn profile. Nothing wrong at it. Like, we will all have to connect. If you connect with each of the people, we are like-minded people, right? Like, we want to accelerate our careers. I highly encourage, share your LinkedIn profile in this group. You will definitely take some benefit out of it. If you connect with 5 people, you are making a $5 social currency. I see Murli, Uday, people are sharing. Feel free to share. People can connect with you. You never know. You will get opportunity from them. I'm almost I have a 2,500 connection. My goal for year is have 10,000 people connection. It's a 1.2 billion people are there in LinkedIn, and there are 68 million people companies are registered in LinkedIn. We can go to the next slide. So the next slide is talking about an Elevate Pitch workshop, where you can go to elevatecareer.me, where you can build your pitch. It's a 4-step process where you can put your information, your LinkedIn or your resume. It will build you a 2-minute pitch about how you can elevate your pitch. And it also has all the other kind of tools, like it can give you a score. If you put a job description and your resume, it will score you and tell you what it is. And I developed with my passion using Claude Code a couple of months ago, and then it is there. You can use it for free. You can go to the next slide. And this is about the website where I use a lot of tools to, behind the scene, it uses Gemini to send a prompt, and then it gets all the information. What is the role gap? That's what the scoring I was talking about. Mock interview, architecture deep dives, elevator pitch builder, which I will show you in a minute. With that, Aristotle, you want to stop sharing? Let me do this. One thing I want to show you all is a quick, I should not take much time. I will see here. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, Raj.
So it's a very simple site where you can log in with your Google.
Raj, can you post the URL, the link on the chart?
Yes. So it's very simple to sign in. It will automatically sign you in. It's a dashboard where all I'm talking about primarily about, you have complete lot of tools like Smart Job Scanner and all the other tools. The one thing I want everyone to take away from today's thing is go over this particular thing. Like, it will go and connect and build you a pitch. Okay. So let me put the website information. I'll stop sharing. I will also share one thing for everyone, how you can use. Give me one more minute to stop. So if you look at it, I put my personal branding information where I put my name, what I am doing, and then what are the techniques I basically Zero Trust, MFA, AI agent, talked about some of the information I built, proud accomplishment, and my certification. And then it basically generates you a formula where you can use a 2-minute pitch about me, and also it gives you a power phrase to practice and delivery coaching. So you can get this, and you can also regenerate the page if you don't like it. So that's about it. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Back to Aristotle.
Thank you. Thanks, Raj. I think it is super helpful that many times I might not know, like, or many of the audience here might not even know, like, hey, how do I customize my resume, right? How do I first of all, the resume which I have might not even go through the recruiter, right? It might even be filtered by the agents, AA agents. When I say agents, it's AA agents. Like there are like a system which will filter out all of our resume. So the probability of getting into recruiter eyes is less than 5%. So I think using these tools, probably we will hit more than 20% to 30% of probability to get into the recruiter's eyes. So thank you so much, Raj, for giving this valuable information. Can you all see my screen? Sarita, can you see my screen?
Yes, Aristotle.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So next one. Yes, I know we are all talking about AI, but at the same time, if you have in the IT market, especially in last 2 years, especially in last 1 year, every week you will hear layoffs, right? So not just you, everyone, including me, right? So layoff is not a bad thing, but at the same time, how do we want to manage these layoffs, right? How do we manage either financially, emotionally? We have an expert, Mr. Srini. We also call him as a KRS. I would like to invite him to come and share his expertise on how to navigate and manage life during layoffs. Srini, KRS, it's all yours.
Oh, thank you for the nice intro, Aris. And it was great listening to all of the experts talking. And I'm so honored to give this presentation for BATM, and especially speaking after Raj's talk is going to put a lot more pressure on me. He is my guru. He is my college senior as well as my lecturer. He used to be my lecturer as well. So it's a great honor. I'll try to go very quickly on the framework which I have said. First thing first, like why I am giving this presentation. I want to tell you guys the reality. I went through something very difficult last year. I thought it is a great knowledge to share what people go through, right? So that is the reason I've chosen to give this presentation to all of you. And first thing first, layoffs are getting normalized. So you better be prepared and expect layoff. So expect worst, and if you don't get it, then it is better you don't get it. But this is coming because I think a lot of our experts already talked about. Now the teams are getting replaced with AIs. Mainly like 70% of the work is going to be done by the AIs as well. So set up your mind so that it might come to you. It is not going to leave anyone out. If it is not coming to you, it is great. But the thing is, make sure that it is not because of your skill or not because of your color or your nationality or something. This is something you are just a number for the management, and they want to make profit out of anything, whatever it is going to come. So the reality check is just keep expecting it, and if it is coming to you, don't ask why me. It can happen to anyone. I am telling you openly, it happened to me last October, and it was very emotional to process everything. So I want to put So I have put it as a framework called Empower. So basically, I want to empower yourself, and I empowered myself. I want to give it to you. So move on to the next slide, Arish. So first one is that emotional control. Be ready to accept the shock. Okay, don't take it. Oh, it will not happen to me, or it won't happen to you. Be ready to accept. Okay, and then if it is happening to you or anyone near to you, your spouse or your friends or any of your family member, be ready to comfort them, because emotional processing is a big thing. It will hit you hard. It really felt like hitting your head with a big brick. That's what it felt to me. Okay, so be ready to accept that, and emotionally expect it. If you don't expect something come, then it is going to be a big shock. But if you expect, and if there are people who are ready to support you, then you are in a good space. Maybe you are in a good space right now, any of your friends are going through it, please make sure you emotionally support them. Okay, if you have any question in this one, just ask to me. I will tell you. But the thing is, like, I tell this affirmation to myself. We hear about visualization affirmation a lot of time, but this really worked to me. Okay, tell this to yourself. Okay, things have always worked for me, and it will work through. We will go through this one. This is not the end of the world. This is only a transition. You are going through a transition. You are not being ended. Okay, you have come through this much. You have just look back how you start and where you are, and you will go through this thing also. Okay, this is not coming to hurt you. This is here to help you, or you are basically going through a transition. So emotionally getting support, giving support is important. We have our beautiful Tamil Mandram to support you, and you yourself can be a support ambassador and support other people. And if you need support, ask someone. Okay, move on to the next one. The money management is very, very important. At this point of time, not only AI, the world is going through a big transition. There is a war, there is economic crisis, and all those things we are going through. So make sure you spend only necessary items. It is not going to, don't think that you are losing your luxury of life, but this is very, very necessary, very, very important. A lot of things can change. So for now, for the time being, control your money. And if you have any question on that one also, just ask me. I have built applications and spreadsheets on how to do this. I can help you on this one too. Move on to the next one, Ares. So this one actually, positioning yourself, Naga talked about it, Raj Naga talked about it a lot. This is basically branding. Update your resume. So this is where I wanted to tell you. When I got laid off last year, I have applied for hundreds of positions. And then for each one position, I have applied a different resume. It is not the same resume. So basically your qualification stays the same, but you customize your resume so that it can go through the ATS. Okay, you won't believe me. I applied in last November. November is usually a low period with AI and all those stuff. I could manage to get 40 interviews. I'm telling you, I applied 100. I could be able to talk to the recruiter. I could be able to talk to the recruiting manager. 40 of those positions. So make sure you tailor your resume according to the position. Don't just be lazy and just submit one resume to all the positions. Okay, optimize it. Optimize your resume according to what is expected, because the first, even second layer of resume screening is going through ATS. So customize it. Okay. Yeah, that is very important. Position yourself. Your resume is your face. Okay, and have your LinkedIn open publicly. Even now I'm seeing some of them are having the coming resumes are coming without LinkedIn profile. Come on, this is your social currency, as Raj told. Okay, so have your resume structured through the ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT, it will get you. Okay, and then again, the same thing Naga talked about, Raj talked about, is that the opportunity comes through network. So activate your network. A lot of people a lot of our friends are in a different position. We would have lost touch with them. Just reach out to them. Just say hi in the LinkedIn. There is nothing wrong. Don't think, I'm reaching out, he might think something else and all. Try to reach out to as many people as possible. Activate your network. Ask referral. Okay, I have asked referral for people who I don't know. I'll go to the LinkedIn. Okay, there is a opening, and there is no friends working in that company, and there are some third connections available within the LinkedIn. I just message them. A lot of people came and helped me, actually, who are new friends. Actually, they are like third friend in my network, but they still came and gave me referrals. Okay, so ask for help. Okay, people are here. People will come and help. Okay, if you manifest that they are going to help, they will come and help. Okay, yeah. So yes, build your network, and yeah, wisdom and upskilling is very, very important. Again, leverage your AI skills. Okay, what I used to do is, when I see a position coming up, when I get a recruiter call or the technical call, I will tell ChatGPT, hey, you be my interview, ask me. Okay. Lot of time, what ChatGPT does is like, okay, it will give you a polished answer. Okay. Just use this. Be brutal, be honest. Put these words to the ChatGPT or Gemini or something. Then it will give you a honest feedback. It won't give you just, okay, hey, you are doing okay. If you just plainly ask, it will sugarcoat. Okay. Because of ethical AI and all those stuff, the lot of times, 90% of the time, the AIs are talking very softly. But use this word: be brutal, be honest. Then you will get the honest feedback from the ChatGPT. Before attending the interview, take an interview from Gemini or ChatGPT or any of the AI. Okay. And one more thing, I do a couple of things. Okay, I study on a concept, and then I ask the AI, ChatGPT or Gemini, hey, give me multiple choice questions for this one. First, I will ask that. It will give you hundreds of multiple choice questions, and then I will answer them so that I have, because as we age, our memories goes down. Okay, one way of retaining the memory is recollection technique. Okay, so you need to do recollection technique. How do you recollect? Through quizzing. Somebody has to quiz you. So take MCP, ask ChatGPT to tell you, give you the MCP question, then it will help you. Then you go to the next stage, and you can tell, hey, ask me interview what is expected for this question, and all those things. Okay, so go layer by layer. Take an MCP question first, so that it will be easier for you. It will reinforce your learning, and then ask the AI to be your interview. It will even enhance your performance, and it will be a good layer. I mean, you can even ask your friends to interview, but this is another level where if you feel shy or something to ask your friends, you can do that. I used it very effectively, and I'll tell you. I told you, right, I attended 40 interviews. I got 4 offers actually. I'm not here to boost myself, but the thing is, some of the offers I got is completely new. I was that I never worked in that technology, but I trained with AI. It helped me, so I know what is coming before. So the same way, if you can actually leverage AI as well. Yeah, next one. And execution. This is very important thing. I myself do something called 5 a.m. club. You need to have your own time. Morning times are the best time. That is my preferred time. Always wake up early. Your kids are not there. Your wife is not going to trouble you, or your spouse is not going to trouble you. You will solid get 1 or 2 hours. That 2 hours is equal to 4 or 5 hours in your daytime or nighttime. So wake up early, create a daily routine, wake up early in the morning, and then study in the morning. That's what I would say. I think even in our childhood, they said, for some people, it may not work. Okay, if you are a night person, you can do that. But this is proven that majority of the people are morning people. Who did the work in the morning, they grasp better. Okay, so create a daily plan on how do you want to do this, and then very important, in your daily routine, make sure you go outside. Don't always sit inside. I would highly recommend it. Really helped, because sometimes we get suffocating by sitting inside, not just literally suffocating, by mentally. I'm telling, you get suffocated by sitting home, and then I mean, your thoughts negative thoughts keep on coming to you. You live in this beautiful country. Just step outside for 30 minutes every day. It will give wonders to you. Okay. So execution, daily plan and execution, and being consistent is very, very important. Be consistent. Okay. Whether your area is having snow or something, you have all the gears. If you want to go on trip, you are putting on that, right? It will take 5 or 10 minutes. Just put on the clothes, go outside. If it is hot, just enjoy, go with your sneakers and go and enjoy the walk. Okay, have a plan, execute it consistently. That is one thing I would highly recommend. If you have any question on this one, actually I can help you, because I'm running something called 5 a.m. club. I consistently wake up at 5 a.m. and then go for a walk every day. Okay, so I can help you how to achieve this one. Okay, yeah, go on to the next one. Yeah, resilience is very, very important. See, things do happen. I've seen people going through worst. Okay, this is nothing. We have, a lot of us have gone through 10 years, 20 years experience. We have seen everything. I've seen people struggling. Okay, in their initial career itself, difficult for them to take up. So for you, actually, it is easier. I've seen a lot of experienced people here. So be resilient. Okay, you have come this far. If you could come this far, you can go little more further. Okay, don't give up. If there is this thing they call, okay, if you have an intent, your mind will figure out how to do it. So have a true intent, visualize and manifest it. It will happen for you guys. Yeah, that is all I wanted to tell. If you have any questions, I'm just again telling you, I've helped many people who are in immigration situation and all, how they have to bring them up, and I myself have experienced this one. So if you have any doubt, reach me through my LinkedIn. I will also put my LinkedIn. Reach me through BATM. I'm here to help, and the whole community is here to help. The whole community which is attending this event, everybody is here to help each other. So let's all unite, and then let's take the help of the AI to basically to elevate ourselves. AI, again, I'm telling, take the help of AI. You cannot win against AI. Okay, be the ally of AI, and then you will win. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, KRS. Like a super. I know it's like each and every word comes from your heart. It's. I'm
Thank
sure
you. Thank you.
definitely I'm definitely sure that it's coming from your heart, and then it definitely to resonate to many people, not just the layoff, although always the discipline which we need to maintain. Like I also hear, I'll try to see if I can join the 5 a.m. club. Okay, let's see.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I think now it's the time for Q&A. So I'll let you know like how you can ask the question. But first we will try to answer a couple of questions from the chat. Then I can you can raise your hands and we will open we'll unmute you, or you can unmute yourself and then you can ask the question. So first I'll go from the chat. So there is a question to Bharati Raja. The question on your slide, you have listed a few roles. Let me see first before that. Okay, yeah. So you have listed a few roles, but given how rapidly AI is evolving, concepts from last year are already being overtaken by the newer ones. What is the full range of roles we should realistically be preparing for? Bharati, you can unmute, please.
Sorry, I was talking on mute. Yeah, good question, Arunagiri. See, I will take a leaf from what KRS said, right? So a lot of these questions. Oh, there is a reason why we have this webinar, right? When you hear it from people instead of directly from ChatGPT or Gemini, when you hear it from people who look like you or grown up like you, there is authenticity in it. That is why we have this webinar. And I also understand that is why you are asking me this question. But what I can tell you is you can get this complete list from ChatGPT or Gemini. That is one part. But I'll tell you the philosophy behind what you are going to get, right? So I'm sure you would have heard about this. Being in the Bay Area now, we know all the. So there is a scientist called Richard Feynman. I'm sure you would have heard about it. Some of you would have heard about it. So what he says is just knowing the labels, knowing the name of something is not knowledge. You have to know what it is, right? So that way, I can just give you everything, but you have to get into really the details. That is going to take a lot of time. The funda is what they say is human in the loop and human on the loop, right? Right now, we are in the human in the loop phase where you are included in the process along with AI, right? You are on equal terms along with AI. Both of you work together. That is what is happening. Next, human on the loop means AI is going to do most of the work. You are just going to validate, right? Now, every role, right, regardless of whatever role you are playing, I don't know what role you are playing, right? If you are a techie, if you are a developer, then there is going to be AI. You are going to play a human in the loop role for some time. You will use tools like Cloud Code to do the development. You will also jointly code it. Once it matures, it is already mature actually. Human on the loop is already live. It is not anything futuristic anymore. So human on the loop is it will do all the coding, then you will just verify and ensure that it is all well, it is not doing anything very bad, right? That is all you will do. So every role is going to take a different shape, including AI as one of the components working with you, like a colleague working with you. That is what is going to happen. For any specific domain, if you want to see the roles, I am sure you can get that complete list from any of these tools.
Yeah, thanks, Bharati. Actually, see, the curious why I asked this question is because now I am in the development field, right? So almost all the work, right, the complete SDLC done by the AI right now, right? And even the agent is doing it. So something like it's like the manager role, right? So I need to know what AI has to do, like design, development, and testing. So which agent I need to invoke. So those kind of skills only I am seeing right now. We need it, right? So that's why I just asking what is the role going to have. I mean, available in the future for the most related to the AI.
Yeah, you said it right. Like people management, there was a time when we used to value people management as a great skill, right? We don't value it anymore. Like that, it is going to be agent management, AI management, right? People who are able to manage a whole host of dozens of agents, right? That is going to be a skill. Now that is what we have to understand what exactly is happening, how to manage them, right? That is you gave the answer. I'm just expanding it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Just a side note, I will pass into others. Like yesterday, I just gone through the Claude routines and Claude managed agents. So that's why I'm just thinking about that feature, right? Like everything is doing by AI itself. Then what is the role will be available for the humans to do that?
Yeah, thank you, Nagari. Yeah. So the next question.
Sarah had a question. I will quickly answer that also.
Yeah. So what's the difference between the data scientist and the data architect?
Yeah. So if I have to tell you a rough example, right? Data architect is like a plumber, somebody who takes care of the infrastructure of the AI part, so data part, right? How making the data available, storing the data, right? And using that, data scientist does all the research. Now, data scientist, even when there is no proper data architecture, data scientist has to work on it. Even with limited data, he or she has to produce magic. That is another pressure they have. But data scientist's role is primarily to make sense of the data and giving it in platter to the senior leadership to take decisions. Right? So things are going wrong. This is what is going right. This is where we have to focus. That is what data scientists will do. Data architect will provide everything the data scientist needs to do this research. That is the difference.
Thank you. Thanks, Bharati Raja. By the way, since this question came up, I'm hiring for a senior data scientist role on my team. I'm the hiring manager for that role. In case if anyone is interested, look at the Lending Club career page, and there is still a senior data scientist role available. If you have experience of, if someone else has an experience relevant to that, apply to that, probably it will come to me. Thank you. The next question is okay, excellent slides. Please share the slides in email. And the another one is Code Hub AI courses are excellent. The instructor is very good and passionate. Okay, I think no other questions, right?
So I'll just add one more to Arnagiri's question.
I have a question, Aristotle. I will ask after Bharadaraja finishes his response.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So Arnagiri, the very philosophical question you asked, right? If AI is going to do everything, what are we going to do? Part of the answer is, see, one is we don't know what is going to happen 10 years from now. That is one part. Part of the answer is when manual cycle rickshaws were replaced with auto rickshaws. Okay. Let's say Chennai had 252 cycle rickshaws. When the 252 cycle rickshaws were replaced, it was not 252 auto rickshaws. It was maybe 20 auto rickshaws because of the efficiency. Auto rickshaws are so fast, right? You can cover the entire Chennai city with these 20 people. I mean, cater to the same demand with these 20 people, 20 auto drivers. Whereas that was manual, right? It took hours together from Guindy to Saidapet itself. But it didn't stop there. Autos became thousands now, right? Then automobiles came. Everybody bought cars. So that explosion will happen eventually. So when everything is being done by AI, everyone is going to use AI to the maximum potential it can deliver. So we are all going to get busy taking more out of AI. Then our we are going to push the boundaries. Our expectations are going to go up. So everything is going to be. That is why I gave that nirvana state, right? We are going to look for a life where we don't have to do anything, and AI will give you that. So we will start working towards that, which will keep us busy. Just that we will not work as hard as how our last generation worked. Next generation will not work as hard as how we are doing, but we will still have jobs. We'll still have things to do. We will figure out a way to keep ourselves busy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Prasanna.
Thanks, Bharat.
Okay. So I think no more questions on the chat. We will open it for the live questions. So please raise your hands. We will call your name and then you can ask the question. So I see Prasanna Venkateswaran. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Aristotle. And thank you, Bharadaraja, for your wonderful session. I
Thank
like the
you.
way you put it, comparing Manimegalai, Silapadigaram, Amudasarabin, all of that. I love that. Okay. My question is, while I understand that most or majority of the low-level jobs, or even to an extent the high-level jobs, are being taken over by AI. So your advice was really good, that we need to start doing what actually AI is doing. On the flip side of it, my question actually is, there are people who have now started comparing the degree of expertise that these different agents, AI agents, can support us with. So some people say that ChatGPT is not good. Some say that the Claude is good. Some say Grok is at this level. So is there a stand that we as a learner can take to stick on to a particular agent, AI agent, during this transition?
No, during this transition is the answer. So this is the transition period. So
Oh, okay.
good.
Sorry. My question is, during the transition, in sense, for a person like me, I've never been into the AI.
Oh, so your transition. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's what I
Got it.
meant.
Got it.
I've
No,
never
the my
actually
answer
worked.
was
Yeah,
yeah, complete it.
I meant I have never worked exclusively for any AI projects or companies, but I am planning for a transition, so I'm doing a couple of courses. I understand the basics, but I need this
Okay.
support from you in understanding which agent should I stick on to.
Okay, I think this is a question probably for Rajan's team. Most likely they are talking about how you can transition from where you are and what profile you have. So maybe Raj, you want to take this one?
Yeah, I mean, yes, sir, we are helping the people. So before this question, I answered the other question. So someone said that it's a good presentation by the instructor. I'm sorry, I'm not the instructor. I'm evangelist. So there will be other instructors will be there to help you grow together. And to answer him, yes, we will look at your profile and which stage you have gone through, and then we will do a one-on-one with you. So you have the numbers, I believe, and you can connect with us on the website as well as on the LinkedIn, so we can help you more. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Thank you so much, Raj.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you
Prasanna.
so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Okay, next I see the hand raised for Jagan Arthanari. Please unmute yourself and then you can ask the question.
Hey guys, good session, and it's not a question. I just want to add one commentary here. See, when it comes to AI, I don't want people to start thinking about, what you can do today in the mainstream, in the enterprise that people talk about, Gen AI, agentic AI. It's replacing all your coding and low code opportunity and whatnot. But where the market is moving, there is another segment of, AI based domain it's brewing pretty fast. And then, I think a lot of companies are going after that. This is about getting into the edge AI and physical AI, right? I think if you think about
Yeah.
the dynamics of, like where the AI is going to go, these are all some of the very important applications, right? Like not everybody's going to be running a, $100,000, $200,000 data center to do all this kind of a processing. These AI, real-time AI, the edge AI needs to move more and more into your smaller devices, your very low power, your purpose-built MP socks that can be used in the robotics, cobot, and automotive, right? So I work in the domain where like we just try to run a real-time edge AI in a much more constrained environment. I'm happy to help any of you wanting to expand, like your understanding of, like how this segment of the market works. I'm happy to support you. I also shared my LinkedIn, and we hire all the time. And if there are opportunities that you see in my company, just feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to connect you to the right people.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks,
And then
Jagan.
awesome presentation. I think like it is really very, very well done, and appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, Jagan. Thank you so much. Okay, I see the next hand from Arnagiri. I think, is it the same or a new person? Like,
Same only. I have this question related to the data, Aristotle, just to the question.
Okay.
Rajan. Hey, Rajan, I think, related to the data, right? Right now, we are using a tool as a companion, right? Like whatever the thoughts coming in, and we just putting it into the AI chatbot and getting that, the rewritten version or any advice or any suggestion, right? So we are sharing lot of data, right? So how do we ensure that, because right now as long as it's a normal chatbot within our system, is it okay, right? Now we are giving some consent to that agent talk to another agent, right? So if that is the case, how do we ensure that our data is not being shared to other agent? Because we need to secure our data, right? How do we ensure that?
So did you call me Rajesh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can take this question.
Rajan.
So
Yeah.
so Rajan, thank you, Arun. It's two parts to it, right? One is the public, like where we work with big Cloud Code or ChatGPT. You can definitely go and specifically set the setting, whether you want to do it private and don't share it. And in the corporate world, it's completely done differently. For example, Gemini, they have an enterprise license and they will not use that for learning the LLM. So they specifically do that. You can do that even for each and everything. There are two parts to it. If you are registered and you are a pro member for ChatGPT or Claude or Grok, you can go and set that. And even you can export the information and then say delete all the information. But we are in a transition phase. There are possibility of sharing some of the information. I talked a lot about the prompt injection. Sometimes your information will be available in the AI LLM, and somebody can pull that information using prompt injection. So be careful of what you're sharing. My line of thought: don't share anything very sensitive. We call it as PII. Your SSN or anything financial related, don't share it. You can use tools to abstract the information and then send it. The AI is a digital tool where it can provide you AI augmentation. So to all of you, if you're using the tool for writing an email or developing a code, all good. If you're sharing some sensitive information, make sure you are setting that configuration in the tool, then you can share. And I would recommend don't do it. Like we don't know what the big guys are doing behind the scene.
Yeah.
One
To
thing,
add to
one
that,
thing I want to add. I'm sorry. Yeah. So one thing I will add to this question, right? Like the data part of it. So this is where the governance, something that all the speakers here pointed out, right? If you are thinking about enterprise settings, right? Like apart from your private data, how you are communicating with the AI. If it is going to be enterprise applications, then you have to be mindful of the AI governance acts, applicable governance acts. The most popular is the European AI Act, and there is US specific. Certain states have certain specific laws, so that is also you should be mindful of, and they are defining like what data you can share, what data should be protected, and whether you are actually a developer or a vendor. You are buying or you are developing. So there are applicable laws difference. So you have to refer to that to make sure that when you're building a solution, you align those things. So that is one thing. And also like for the previous question, and I want to touch base one thing here is choosing the right tool, right? Like, so In the slide, there is one slide for like what type of work, what tools you can choose. But again, like this is ever shifting field. A version of a model which is good in this week can be completely thrown out and different thing can come. And if you have noticed it recently, Microsoft included in their 360, they are comparing results between Anthropic model and OpenAI model, and then they're coming up with a evaluated summary of that, and then they're providing a meaningful thing. So even they are not clear like which one would be like for the exact thing. So pinpointing is always a challenge, and it's a continuous process.
Thank you. Thanks, Mari. Okay, next I see hand raised for Annie, ANI, Annie. Can you unmute?
You can unmute.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I mistakenly raised my hands. Sorry.
Okay. I think it's not you. There is one more. There is one more Annie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to next person. So, anyone else? Please raise your hand.
Hey, I'm Annie, ANI.
Okay,
Hello.
please go ahead. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I'm just adding to the same question what the previously other user has asked, right? And I got the answer also, but little bit more clear and precise what I'm thinking and what the answer I want to see is right. So let's say we are using Copilot and we have a work version and the web version, right? And so if I use the web version and my management can still identify what are all the facts I'm checking on the Copilot. And if they are checking what are all to the core, what kind of level they can check my chat details.
Let me answer a little bit. So, I mean, I would keep two laptops, one exclusively for the work related. Do not even browse, in the sense asking the ChatGPT questions. Allowed applicants or applications within your IT team, right? Only use those tools. If it is only this, use that alone and for that purpose. Because they have the enterprise contract and they pay for that. So they are obligated to safeguard your information. So you have your personal laptop, just a $20 subscription is good enough. You don't need to buy the higher end because the $0 is your data is going to be used for the LLM training. So definitely at least put some dollars for your monthly subscription. That's okay. And hence your information is safe. Like he said, you can download and delete, request them to delete. That can help you.
So it is better. The answer is try to avoid those kind of research R&D level conversation into the work licensing.
No, if it is
Right.
if it is work related, you can request it within that work.
Okay.
So if you have your own laptop, personal laptop, there you can do your own research.
Okay.
Even then, you have a $20 at least subscription plan. Do not go for a $0 plan.
Got it.
And one more thing I will add, I do a little bit of on the management side. Whatever you put in AI in today's world, anybody can extract that information with the enterprise license. What you're talking, even in the Zoom meeting, the AI is listening, and you can ask the question, and it will tell you, "Hey, Annie asked about it, and this is what." Like all this information are easily abstracted, even in the security side and everything in the corporate. Don't share anything which is not relevant and which will damage your brand.
I like to add one point here. This is really plus one to all the inputs here. Please check your company policy, because the industry that you're working with and the company you're working with has a different policies and procedures there. So apart from generic, safeguard and all the stuff, be adhere to your company specific policies. That's very important, because that can open up a lot of things. They put guardrails based on the risk factors analysis. Then they might have drafted that policy. So go over and make sure that you are in compliance with it.
Thank you.
So one last question, attached to the same thing. So with the work version, we can ask the question related to the company related. Will that data also stored in the enterprise?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, even in work version also, even though we have all the, the process and everything is attached from the legal side, but work side also, user has to be cautious what data they are giving it. Let's say if a company, CFO is using this AI, we need to ensure that what level of data they have to give it. We need to train that CFO also, right?
Correct. And there
Yes.
are certain tools and cybersecurity tools which can abstract sending that information. But you see, when you have an enterprise license, the information is contained within the company. So again, I will go with what you, like how your legal team worked with all the vendors. There is a vendor process going in, and what is the agreement, what information goes in. It's a very big process, but they are able to access your information. I'll stop there.
So if we want to restrict those kind of, because AI is new, right? Everybody's want to see what kind of task I can add it to the AI, and that can be time saving for me, right? So how do we track that? You are saying that some management folks may having this kind of licensing. Oh, if they're giving some sensitive data, they will get some kind of messages or alert or anything. People who are taking up the admin role, they will be having the details.
There are guardrails, yeah. So
Yes.
there are software tools with guardrails which can trigger and send. Like for example, it will block if you go to a non-approved AI tool. It sends a notification to the admin, and it also sends to your some leaders. So you have to again go back to your company legal thing and how you're managing the vendor. So that's a
Got it.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
yeah.
So next I see Mr. Gana. I don't know how to pronounce Gina
Yeah,
Ramdas.
it's Gina.
Gina,
Thank you.
yeah.
I'm here. I'm the odd man here. I am a CFO and I work in construction. So all this is so new for us, but I'm very strategic and I'm using a lot of tools. And I gave a big spreadsheet. I don't give any data, but I tell what I wanted to see in the spreadsheet. And I gave it to Claude and it did an excellent job. I wanted to duplicate the same again and it couldn't do it. So I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same issues, or maybe my first project is done very well. And then I make a small modification and give it to do, it doesn't do it. And I have to make 16 iterations. I don't know if my prompts are that bad. So I just wanted to let you guys know that even we are using it, but not in the extent we have to. And when I tell my coworkers or my networking people in construction, when I say there's like AI is coming and it's going to do a much better job in getting all these data analyzed together, they don't believe it. We still look at one spreadsheet and then we mark the other spreadsheet. We still use remove duplicates, highlight duplicates, those kind of things we are still using. Are we too behind?
So I can take one quick thing, stand on this, right? There is a recent article published. One entrepreneur, okay? So he's not a medical or anything, but he was able to do a research and he used specific prompt engineering pattern and research pattern and a specific type of thing so that he can come up with a output or like the data input for a vaccine can be made for his sick dog that can control the cancer growth for that, and it is a successful, and recently like that has been published as well. So he used Gemini, DeepMind, and also like he used certain prompt engineering pattern. The reason here is you can ask Gemini any question and you will get it, but if you are going to go and solve certain problem and really grounded results, if you wanted it, then there are patterns in prompt engineering itself how you can interact with that, and then you can get that. And like you said, the repetitions, sometimes there are chain of thoughts and repetitions are there which can refine that output, and it can be like you can get a very good useful output from that. So I'll stop there, but there are patterns that you can enhance yourself so that like your interaction with AI will become more meaningful.
Yeah,
Thank
to
you.
add to that, I will do two more ones. One is you can go through the best practices in the prompt engineering. There is one way to research yourself. Then second one is, let me give my own example. See, if you see the picture behind, it did one way, and then another one I asked, it did another way. Then what I did is I gave both of them, take this one and then put it in this place. So it did a perfect job. So basically, you take the same prompt and repeat it or redo it and say that, hey, use this knowledge and use this information again and follow the same methodology. So it will understand that. So you just need to work with your teenager or someone, same pattern. You need to refeed the same information one more time. So you'll get the closer to the similar result.
Appreciate it. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, just I'll add one more point, not related to this, or maybe it is related to this question as well. So anyone here, regardless of what's our background, either a technology, constructions, mechanical, any background, I think prompt engineering is the way you talk to your AA. That's the easiest way to talk to the AA. There are other ways, but that's the easiest way to talk to AA for lawman. Like anyone can talk to AA only through the prompt engineering, right? The prompt engineering is like there are various techniques you can apply to get your results the way you want or the right way, right? So I would request everyone to understand how to do the prompt engineering. There are techniques and ways you can definitely get the right answers. Yeah. Moving on to the next hand. I see the Rajesh Ramdas. Please unmute yourself.
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you for the presentation. This was just excellent, and it was speaking both from the mind and the heart, I would say, because there's a lot of experience. Plus, it is coming from the heart, so really appreciate it. I had a fairly specific question. I use Notebook LM, which is a great tool from Google. I was under the impression that most of the information we give there is locally processed, or is it also becomes shared? I'm trying to see if what is the privacy maintained in Notebook LM, if anyone knows about it. It's a very useful tool because it helps develop quizzes, it helps presentations, and even infographics and all that. In case anyone's not used to it, it's a fantastic tool. But I was just had that question about what's the kind of privacy available from Google for Notebook LM.
Rajesh, we use a lot Notebook LM. Every project we put it in Notebook LM. One thing I would say, the beauty of Notebook LM, it doesn't do hallucination. Hallucination is very zero to nothing because it's based on the data you provide, and it uses AI to process it. Again, coming back to if you're using a free tool, they can use it for the learning purpose. If it is in the corporate license, they restrict it, like saying that nothing is shared for the corporate to external things. So if you're using a paid one and then you have a setting, it is within you.
Okay.
That's all I would say. But it's a very beautiful tool used for a lot of presentations, quiz. For students, it's amazing. For job search, you can use it for a good thing. It will not hallucinate a lot because it's based on the information you provide, and then it will generate AI augmented solution.
Yeah, one option in Notebook LMS, if you're more into driving or you wanted to listen to podcast, you can feed a whole book into that and ask it to create a podcast. And it can just create a podcast for you, and it will be in a different, like you can customize those things as well. Like, but it's a very good tool to learn any new stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you're not using, start using it.
Yeah, that's a very good tool. To add to that, in the Notebook Plus is there. That is a $20 version. Like I said, you may have to subscribe to that to keep your information secured or safeguarded.
Thank you. Okay, next I see Karthik Perumar. Maybe you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question.
Thank you so much for the excellent presentation, and thank you, BAT 2026 for arranging this. It's very wonderful and it's very eye-opening. So I would like to understand the prompting techniques, right? So I always have these challenges to get the right techniques to get it, especially I am into the Salesforce platform. So we use GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT. Some of the code reviews that we do, we don't get the excellent results like in the slide. So we are wondering, like, are there any other tool that does for this product's code review, like Salesforce or like Codex, right? They say like from OpenAI, they are all like paid versions, right? So any other freewares that you can suggest which can do the code review from the SaaS platforms like Salesforce and all.
Yeah, I
Thank you
can
so
add
much
to
for
that.
your.
Yeah, I can. CodeRabbit.ai. Okay, CodeRabbit, just like a TaskRabbit, it is a CodeRabbit. I have used that. There are two versions. One is the open source version. You can have the CLI version, whereas the pipeline version, you need to have a paid version. So you try the CLI version to validate and test everything, and then you can move on to the paid version for your enterprise. You are on mute if you are speaking.
Karthik, can you
Sorry,
unmute?
I think they muted. Yeah, I think they muted me. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you.
Do you mind putting it in the chat? Like I think you said
Yes,
Code
yeah.
Rabbit, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll check.
CodeRabbit.ai. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much, Raj. For your
thank you.
And
Thanks.
any other, Aristotle, that you talked about the prompting techniques, right? Is there any quick start or something that in YouTube or somewhere where we can learn? Because I always have the challenge myself on my feet to get the right prompting, right? If you have any documentation, it's not necessary you have to do it right away, but in the latter point of time, if you can share, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will put a link also here for
Okay.
prompting.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Thanks a
Google
lot.
has a documentation or a book about prompt engineering. It's a very good detailed. You can search
Okay.
Google prompt engineering training. That will be a
Okay.
good one.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, Karthik. Okay, next I see Ashwath.
Hey, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir, sure.
Hi, this might be a very niche question, but I'm a graduate student who is majoring in AI currently. And the AI job market right now is kind of flooded with a lot of applications. Everyone has a GitHub, like Kaggle rankings, and recruiting hasn't like kept up with the volume. So like the whole checklist has basically become the floor right now. So my question is like for someone with zero corporate experience, what actually signals you to like make you think that this candidate might be like worth hiring?
Again, I will go back to my son. He's a 11th grader, but he's doing internship in a big universities. So probably you need to highlight your internship and cross the ATS. ATS means application transit or application tracking system. So maybe if you want to more, I can give the way I put my resume is based on the roles. Even though everybody puts on their years of experience in the different companies, I split it. This is DevOps role, this is data engineering role, this is architect role, this is SAS, so and so. So you split them into roles, and then you can put in here Java, here Java, here Java. So you'll have 5 of them. Even though you have to go through the task that ATS, that is the first hurdle. You need to cross that. Then only
Okay.
if he reaches a human, that is when you have a chance to talk to them. Okay, so try to
Okay.
put your resume start with these are the internship. This is my industrial visit. This is what one day I did. Blah blah blah. Make it a 5-page resume and understand. Everybody says 2-page resume, but once you cross that level, then the 2-page resume will help. But cross the ATS with your skills and specific ones where you are targeting.
Rajian, maybe
I
you
will
can add more to
add
it.
a few more things to
Yeah.
that. Networking, meaning go to the local network event, something like this, connect, and then you need to build that trust. Most of the things, if you know the person and if they do a referral, it's very easy to build that relationship and get first and second level of interview. So I do see that even my son went to a conference, RSA conference last month, and he connected with a couple of people who he really felt, and he got a call from them, and then he got into an interview because when you see people in close and in the digital world, it's very difficult. So do LinkedIn networking, post whatever you're doing. More you get the audience where you want to share that. That is one thing. And then you
Okay.
share as much as possible. Like you use AI augmentation, networking, and more networking is the social currency.
Okay. Thank
Maybe
you.
I have one more thing to add, Bharati Raja, maybe for fresh graduates, right? Just coming out from the college, like what would be your recommendations, like where they want to focus and yeah, maybe can you add more to it?
Yeah, just now what Raj said, right? So I go to a lot of these events. 2024, almost every day I used to attend multiple events in the Bay Area. 25 has been slow and 26 is very slow. A lot of the students ask me the same question. This is one question that I've repeatedly tried to answer successfully, right? So what I tell them is one, join all these hackathons. Okay, anyway, you are young. Only thing is you have to sustain, for which you need money. Otherwise, you can do a lot of things which people with experience, right, late in their career cannot do. On the weekends, go and attend the in-person hackathons. Then there are a lot of virtual hackathons which happen. DevPost is a site where even I participate in some hackathons. Just as a pitch and presentation guy, I join youngsters and participate in hackathons. What I've realized is it doesn't happen to everybody who attends hackathons. Okay, but what happens is some hackathons, the winners eventually end up in those companies which conducted the hackathons. Right? This is very very
Okay.
rare, but there is something that happens there. So let's say there is a Google hackathon, you win that, right? First thing what happens is, if the idea is really good, they encourage you to have your own startup or start working on that, right? They fund you. There are different models. Either you can have your own startup, or you can join an established startup group to build your thing, or Google will encourage you to join them eventually, right? If it is so good, right? I have seen some of those. And even in those hackathons, not just participating in the hackathons, then there will be office hours. The judges and the panelists and those conducting hackathons will have office hours where these guys, participants, go and join, ask questions, build rapport with those people who conduct those office hours, and eventually they will help them get a job if they're really good. So basic is you have to be better than 90% or 95% to get a seat at the table, right? To then these things will help you. And then going to these meetups, I have seen youngsters who come to all these meetups, right? And then they disappear after some time. When I ask them, they say, I found a job. And then there is another group which don't even know that there is a world outside which is so active like this. So whatever Raj said, I second that. You have to attend these meetups, meet people, offer your services as free to early stage startups, right? There are a lot of startup founders who have only idea, nothing else. They don't have money, they don't have team, nothing. If you offer this service, you slowly enter into the startup ecosystem. You get introduced to their friends who are founders. Then when they hear about you, they'll give you a job. So this is, everything is a long shot because market is so bad. There is no easy answer, but these are some tips which will help you if you really better yourself as a professional overall.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Okay. Next, I see Bhavika.
Hi, yeah. Thank you very much for the presentation. I'm new to the AI world. I work as a Oracle Fusion middleware developer, and I have recently got the Cursor AI license just on last Friday. I still have to explore on that. I understand I can integrate the Cursor AI with the Visual Studio Code, and then it can help me to analyze the code with the help of the logs. It can point out errors and provide suggestions. Isn't it like if I'm going to train it this way, it's going to replace this developer role, or how else can I use the Cursor AI effectively here?
Who wants to answer?
So one simple thing is, if you know how to use Cursor AI better than your colleagues, your job is going to be there for longer time, right? So that is what we were talking about. Agent management, AI management. Those who are able to do that better are going to stay for longer.
Bhavika, yeah. I'm a former Oracle employee. I worked in the Oracle Fusion middleware long back. And to add to you, I have another friend, Sambit. He is doing the AI on the Oracle ERP side. So connect with me in LinkedIn. I will introduce Sambit to you, so you can learn with him. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Any other questions? I have a question, not for me, but I hope this question will help many other people, right? So, what challenges do you face in trying to become an AI ready in current role? I know, like, we heard a lot of things are talking, right? What are the challenges actually I will face if I want to be an AI ready?
As an individual or as
As an
a
individual, like, hey, I attend these meetings, all well and good, yes, but what are the actual challenges I will face if I want to actually start doing things?
so I will go first, then everyone else can also add. There are two things, right? One, there is no inherent drive. Okay, there are people who cannot do anything other than what they are used to doing for 20 years, right? Anything new I will not do. Okay, if I take this route every day to my house, even if there is traffic, I will wait in the traffic, but I will not take another route which is better, right? That is one, right? It is easy to blame people that way, but the other part is there is drive everything, but I don't have bandwidth, right? I'm working for 12 hours to keep my job. If I have to put another 4 hours to learn AI, it is difficult. It's a real difficult problem. So I have personally put through these things multiple times when I have changed roles repeatedly in my career, right? I started as a developer long time ago, Visual Basic, SQL Server and all. Then I got into quality, sales, project management, pre-sales, all that. Finally, I'm in sales now. So as a developer, so it is all connected. Don't think I'm going around. So as a developer, I always valued people who are detail oriented, right? If somebody asks sensible questions, I value them. I think, hey, they're knowledgeable. People have to be like that. So those days, I used to have a kind of disgust for salespeople when I was a techie, right? These guys always talk BS, right? They don't understand what we are talking in the room. They just come with a lot of energy, talk nonsense, is what I used to think. Then when I moved into sales, I was repeatedly put under pressure to stop trying to be sensible, to stop trying to understand everything and all that. I had to change my personality, which is don't get into details, right? I will have so much urge to get into details, ask questions because I know technically what it is. No, that's not my job. The moment I start doing that, I will not do my job. I have 8 hours to do sales. If I start doing delivery review, if I start contributing to delivery, practice development and all, I will not do my job. So I had to, at some point in time, force myself to do things that I like doing, that I'm comfortable doing, to succeed in my job, to save my job, right? The same applies for AI also. To learn anything new when you change roles, right? So you have to figure out, if you're working for 12 hours, you have to figure out a way to work for 10 hours or 8 hours on the day job and spend some time for the. So that is a differentiation. People with the drive are people who are able to make the time to learn something new are far better. They're not even attending these webinars, right? They're already there in safe places.
Okay.
That is my point of view.
Can I add something?
Yeah, please.
Sure. Two answers. Let's say, I mean, as Bharati said, I'm doing two jobs. Let's say I'm doing the pre-sales, but then certain points beyond that, I'll give it to my engineers to handle that. Okay. So that is one answer. Next answer is you are doing a job that is good. It takes 10 hours. Try to do the same thing with the tools available in AI. Okay. See that what is the result. Then you can go back to your manager or director, whomsoever, to show that, hey, this could be the savings we could get when we start using these kind of tools. So it has to be a mutual win-win situation. So your management has to encourage you to adopt the tool, as well as you need to show them there is a benefit out of it. So it should be a win-win between you and your management.
Okay.
I can share my perspective here in short. So the first thing I would say is our mindset, right? Like how we can challenge ourselves to adapt to new things, right? Like that's a mindset thing. The second challenge would be like the information overload. 10, 20 years back, before Google, think about it, right? Like people were struggling to find it, and they have to go on to the company's or technical work site to see any information. Now you have tons of information. The problem is you can easily get distracted and you will never come back to where you started. So that much influence the information overloading is happening here. So you need to find out right source of information for your task. And I agree with Rajan here. Takes incremental, those are the challenge, but how you can address it, right? Mind shift change, embrace AI, and take smaller things and adapt to that and put it in use. and how it incrementally brings the value you learn throughout it. And the next step is, after you get familiar with that, like what you can want to achieve as a role and other stuff, understand that, come up with a like or finalize a roadmap or like a structured plan to achieve that. Build your skills through that, but also be open, because this is ever changing. So always test it, how things, what you're progressing, you're making constant progress on that. The good thing is start right away, take small thing and try to add value towards. If something is taking you 2 hours and now it is going to be limit 30 minutes, you can reduce it using an AI tool, or the quality is improved, then that is a good thing to celebrate.
One thing I want to add here for IT or non-IT, whatever the job you're doing, think how AI can help you, how AI can augment you. That is the first step. Getting into a new thing like cybersecurity or something, that will take a lot of guts to do it. But if you're doing certain non-IT work, hey, what thing I can use for AI? You can ask the AI itself. Yeah, I'm doing this. Like give a prompt saying that these are the things I'm doing. How I can be. Every company wants person who learns AI. They want to keep them. So how you can be productive? That is a critical thing. The challenge is if you stay behind, you're out of job. Very clear. The challenge is you have to learn AI in your domain. In your domain, that's very critical. Check your domain, whether it's an IT or non-IT, where I can automate, how I can be productive, how I can show that to my management. I'm doing this efficiently. They can get the ROI from you.
Thanks. I will also add one thing into it. As Raj and said, like, doesn't matter which domain, which department, what's my background. You can always feed this information. For example, you can say, hey, I'm XYZ, I do XY, ABC, and this is what I'm doing. You can feed this information to an AI, like a simple prompt, and you can ask any questions going forward. It will understand who you are, what you are doing, how you can improve your day-to-day life. Yeah. Thank you. And I see hands raised for Amuta.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, very basic question. So, in testing field, right? Earlier we were having a manual, then we were automated the test cases. Then after that, now we have to create the agent, right? Through the AI. So my question is very basic one. So some people in practical life, we were stuck with like how to create this agent. So there is no like if I give the acceptance criteria, it is not going to give all the automation. It is not going to test it by itself. So I want to learn like where we could get this information on how to create the agent, or what's a step-to-step process, something like that, where we can find those information.
Rajan, do you want to?
Anyone?
I'm not a tester, but maybe from the angle, see, I mean, as I said initially, the shift left. So you start from the requirements. How do you document it? That can generate the test cases by itself. But then you come as an judgment from human judgment. Here are the cases, unique cases. That's all covered by AI. But then now you need it. Now you have more time to think about. Here is a requirement, but these are the 10 cases. It is addressed by the agent. Then you can start work about the new things. So
Yeah.
that is the initial answer.
Test case creation not a problem, because we are using the Copilot or whatever the tool.
Copilot on the things.
But my question is like, I want to automate the test cases now, for example, right? Then
Yes.
where to get this information, how to create the agent, and then because it is not like one shot. We have to give many all the details step by step. So my question is like, where do I find those details? Again, I need to use the ChatGPT, or like any other sites or like tool do we use? That's my basic question.
Yeah, I got your question. Maybe I need to get back to you offline.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You can,
Thank
Amuda, you can reach out to Rajan. I think his LinkedIn
Sure.
will share. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Okay. Any other question?
So if I am allowed to ask, can I ask one more question,
Yes, please.
Aristotle? I
Yes,
already
please.
asked one. So,
No, yeah, go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, please.
So we are all getting older, right? We are all like crossing 50s and everything, right? So it's very difficult to learn at this age, especially on the AI and everything, right? So what is your suggestion, or like how we can get motivated to learn AI? All right, because like whenever I try to open it, I feel like sleepy, like, right? Especially Salesforce, I am into the Salesforce domain, so I'm kind of like working as a principal architect, but this is the maximum I can go into my company unless I want to move it to the management side, right? So I'm always worried whether there will be a chances like you'll get laid off or something. How can we get motivated to learn? Yeah, or any easy ways, right? Where we can, it will make us interesting, right? That's what. So somehow I feel like it's not interesting when I feel like I have to start from the scratch, right? It's all in Python and mathematics, so I'm completely into the product based, right? Salesforce developer. So what will be your suggestion?
Maybe I will share my experience. Okay. Okay, my experience, right? So, I will make a decision once I like it's a maybe it look like a movie dialogue, but once I made a decision, I'll stick to it, right? That's where the discipline comes in, right? So, but one practical thing which I have applied is I'll I'll dedicate my time. I dedicate my time. For example, recently I made a decision to read a book. What I did is like it's a life-changing book. I wanted to read. I took 10 days off, complete of 10 days. I went to a place where nobody can reach me. Even I switched off my mobile and everything. From morning 8 till 6, nothing else. It's only me and the book. Nothing else. Nothing else. No mobile. No other connections. Okay, but it took me some time for a day or two to get into that mode that hey, I want to actually do it. Now I'm forcing myself that even if I want to do something else, I cannot do. Okay, so I'm forcing myself into a situation that hey, put me into a place I have to do something. Then eventually after a day or two, I get into a rhythm that hey, yes, it's actually the thing which I want to do. Then within a week or two, like it's become a habit for me, right? So that's my experience. Yeah.
I would add one thing here. See, the thing about the age and where we are, spend time where you are right now, right? You are coming here and listening to it. That motivates you. The next thing is attending a conference. Again, I will tell the same thing. Going to a conference, you get like people with really motivation. They are coming and talking about all the AI. That will motivate. Like Salesforce conference, they are talking about so many tools that are you will once you are in that set of people that will definitely will have the motivation and deep work and the people who are talking about how Aristotle, that is another strict way. Hey, I need to do, and I've seen all my leaders, even including me, morning the 5 a.m. club kind of thing, like spend early in the first in the morning, just set up 1 hour, just 1 hour is enough. Because once you get into that 1 hour, the habit after 21 days, that habit will develop and you will start simply saying, hey, AI is making me efficient. Why don't we continue that? We'll get into that rhythm.
Thanks.
Hey, if I may add Aristotle on this topic, because
Yes.
even I am on the same age group, I think, like him. The thing is, the best thing is, one of the easiest thing that I followed is getting into Code Hub. I mean, not that I'm marketing Code Hub as a place to study something, but just being on the call with them for 2 hours on a weekend gives you the discipline and just gives a taste of the whole thing, with the basics of AI, learning the basics. And, that will give you more motivation, or it'll make you think about use cases that where you can apply AI, how well you can apply AI, all that thing it will help you with. That's one of the things. So it becomes a practice. You just every day, every Saturday, Sunday, get up at 7, 6 or whatever, 5:30 or whatever, just attend the class. Just go through that, because a lot of things are spoon-fed in that class. It's fantastic. I like that part of it. It's very spoon-fed. I'd click and observe it and then, ask questions, and somebody is giving you a good lecture, learn from them. because they are digesting most of the facts and giving it to you. So it's easy to learn. That's all I think. And then once you develop that interest, then you can do something more. But a follow-up question I want to ask to the panel is there because we are talking about getting a subscription for using a LLM or whatever at this point in time. Is there a set of things that you guys would recommend? Hey, go and subscribe to Cloud or Grok or to Google, Gemini or something, because their subscription model is nicer and it gives you a whole bunch of these tools that you can play with or you can work with. So maybe that's a good area to, as an individual to go for that subscription model and, use that tool to learn something. Is there anything like that you guys would recommend here? The panel or anybody in this in this group can recommend. These are the good things that at a reasonable price, there's a lot of value for money here. Please.
I will go. It's a good question. So as we go into different part of the time, like I was using ChatGPT for last 2 years, using it for everything. I learned a lot of things, and recently, two things I subscribed. One is Cursor, and the other one is the Cloud Code. Cloud Code is doing the magic. Whatever you think to develop, if you're a creative person, I really enjoy, like I just go and tell it in the morning and it develops me, and the end of the day I can see what are the things I can do productive. And then the other thing we all talked about is Notebook LM. So Cloud Code, Google's Notebook LM is the two tools I use on a regular basis.
Yeah. To add to that, if you are into the personal or smaller projects, you can use a Cloud Code. But whenever you come to the enterprise side, I'm sorry, I'm mostly into the Google side, certified on those things. So I would suggest you can take a look at the Google side of the AI work, wherein if you want to talk about the A2A or A2A commerce and A2 UI, so many things, agentic to agent communications, all those protocols onwards, they are building the layers. Even if you go back to before the Sam Altman, the the initial deep research only provided the transformer paper, right? So they know the steps from base level onwards. So I trust and I use most of the things inside the Google. So it's just my personal. I don't want to market for anything. Thank you.
Thank you. And I see Mr. Varadarajan has a question. Varadha, can you unmute? Varadha, you are on mute.
Okay. Okay. Yes. 1 second. Okay. I think we are almost end of the. Okay. Okay. So probably my question is very, I think very broad. Actually, I think you might have answered already. I see another hand, like for AI implementations, companies spending a lot of investment. Are this company planning to put more of investment again, or are they in a state of saturations? Next 5 years down the line, how the companies stand will be? Are they now in a saturation, or it will boom up more, or a job will be cut down more in a broader aspect?
Yeah. So I will share my view, then others can also add theirs. See, in the enterprise world, if you see LinkedIn, right, everybody would start this. This is why AI POCs fail. Come to me, I will tell you how to succeed, right? That is how they try to promote, and it is so boring for people who have heard it every day 100 times. There are POCs failing, that is true. But on the other hand, there are also POCs that are working. Companies have tasted the value of AI, power of AI. So if you take a leader in any industry, if you retail, if you go and ask Walmart and Target and all these big companies, if you ask the CTO, CIO, they will say, yes, I have seen value. If you take a bank, you go to Bank of America, they will say, yes, they have seen the value. There are failures because of various reasons, right? Choosing a wrong use case. There is no drive internally, or internally people are pushing back because of insecurity, all that. But AI is working. It is going to work. There is going to be more and more investment in the coming years. That is for sure. There will be failures. There will be problems. But it doesn't mean people will decide, hey, AI is not working. Let's throw it off, right? That's not going to happen. That's what I have seen.
Okay. Anyone else wants to add to it?
I can
Good.
I have one thing here. So yes, like Baji said, right? Like it's not going to stop, but every transformation, right, is going through a cycle. You might have known about like when cloud, like .com, right? At that time, everyone was saying how you can do all these things, but what happened? There was a burst. A lot of things got pulled out, but that is when Amazon came. Right decisions, right investment. So there is going to be some boom, and then there can be a saturation. But that is where the creativity and the successful companies are made. That is the stage people will stay, and you will see them coming out of very successful on that. And definitely AI has that edge.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions? I'm so happy to see we are almost close to 3 hours. We still have 66 participants actively asking questions. I'm so happy.
Hey, Aristotle, one last question can I ask?
Yes, please go ahead.
Aristotle, this is first time I'm attending this kind of AA session. Is very helpful. Definitely, great kudos to the Tamil Sangam and Rajesh and everyone. I would appreciate if you guys, conduct this kind of session, at least a follow up, right? What is the next level, right? That will be a very great for the Tamil community. People like me, I got a lot of inspired things in the today's call. I like to be more and more productive on the AI side. So, if possible, maybe in another session, maybe every quarter, if you guys think through it, that will be a great stepping and then good service for the Tamil community as well. Please think through that. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Just I want to add, I want to answer this question. So this is like, if you notice it, this is at high level what's AI is all about. Where can I use? How can I use it? Right? Then we are going to have at least 2 more AI related sessions. We are going to deep dive into a specific areas on the software engineering side, data engineering side, and the product, and then the PMO side, right? We are going to deep dive on those topics, one session. And then there will be a 2-day workshop, complete workshop from morning 8 a.m. to till 5 p.m., Saturday and Sunday. We are going to send out a notification on date and place sooner, but we are planning for that 2-day workshop where you can completely come to a place and sit within like-minded people, probably 100 plus people, and you will have a 2 full day session. So that's what we are planning for this year at least. Yeah.
I would also settle. Maybe I think this is another thought. So I think some of the information Tamil Mandram is organizing bigger events, small events. All these things is back to back happening. Even last week there was some 4 hours workshop happened also. We were actually a community partner. So if some of you not a member, I would suggest try becoming a member so you get an update quickly, and so that you will not be missed out. So that's something I want to reiterate. Definitely, I think a lot of plan is there for the from Mandram. Okay, thank
Thanks
you.
for this. Okay, I see hand raised for Ananda Prakash. Ananda Prakash, you want to unmute?
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's a wonderful session. I think like this is a good. I think like some time back in our group, like people shared, we need to do this. I think I come to know like this is the second time you are doing. Really wonderful thing, and every information, every question asked, and information shared is very helpful. So one thing what I would suggest is like everyone, we should not stop it. So whatever discussed, whatever we are doing, we need to continue, follow that and share what is the progress in the same group, or we can create a separate group and keep the momentum going. So that's a wonderful thing. Thank you all. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Okay, to answer to this question, or maybe the solution for this one is, we already have a jobs. If you are a Bay Area Tamil Mandram member, and if you are part of our WhatsApp group, we already have a jobs group. We might also open a one more WhatsApp group specific to the AI to connect all these people who are interested, and we continue to have the momentum on that WhatsApp group. Yeah, but thanks for the suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Next one, I see the hand raised for Alamuthu. Ala? Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I have a question on Notebook LM. So we are using our company's all documents and uploading all the resources what we have. And I have a doubt, whether the Notebook LM is taking the documents outside the company and doing any analyzing and taking our data into their source.
I can answer this question. Alamuthi, if you're using the enterprise version, Notebook LM is part of Google's product. And from a vendor management perspective, you have a legal agreement with your company and Notebook LM. So it will be contained based on how you do that. Notebook LM in specific, it basically use whatever the information you're doing, and then it creates all the report and all that information. As far as I know, if you are in the corporate account, it is contained for your company.
Thank you. And another question is that all this AI source is trustable? For example, if I ask a question now, I will get an answer. So in next 10 years, I ask the same question. Do I get the same answer?
No,
definitely
it's
not.
not going to be. Even the very next second when you ask, it may not come written the same thing. See, something we have to be clear, right? This is one of the way to ask question to AI, right? Like you can tell AI, you put a question and just watch how it responds. It responds with confidence as if it knows everything. Try to put one more line in that. If you have a clarifying question, please feel free to ask. Then it puts all the questions and then gives you better answer. Now, each time when you are giving, it is not going to actually exactly like giving. It could be because of multiple things, right? For example, the base model when it was actually, trained. If it is trained for a couple of years back, or like even last month, it is going to have that much there. You may not notice that in console like ChatGPT or something, because that has a different method to get the recent information as well. But the base model itself, you are trying to use it in your API and all those stuff, you can easily see that it is limited to the time when it was trained. So there are, and also it can hallucinate. That's another keyword, saying that even if it does not know, it can make up an answer for you. So then it comes like whether it is producing a correct or like, a good answer. We call it as a grounded, response. So these are some of the things that we should be like aware of when you're, dealing with AI at this stage.
I will add more to it, both from the user point of view as well as from the engineering point of view. From the user point of view, you can write down all your instructions and rules. For example, like as what he said, like, hey, don't assume anything. If you're not clear, ask me the question, right? So like that, you can also put your domain related knowledge. Let's say you say something like revenue. What does that revenue means? Like if you throw a spreadsheet to an AI, it can make up answer, but you can clearly instruct what does that each and every column means. So this is called a semantic layer technically. So you give an instructions and rules in a plain English, to an AI, either ChatGPT or whatever the tool you are using it, and then it can answer your question by following the rules and or guidelines which you are setting it up. So by that way, there is a high probability that the results which you are going to get most and most likely similar or what you have seen in the past. And you can also give a sample queries to the model, so it can understand what the query is all about, and when you ask similar question, it can also respond to in that way. Yeah, so there's something called
One more thing I will add here. There is one parameter called temperature. Just check on that when you're connecting with the AI. There is a one parameter called temperature where it ranges from 0 to 1, and depending upon that setup, your response will be different. For example, if you put it at 0, then you will get the consistent. Otherwise, like each time when you ask the same question, it can be more creative and give you different answers.
So the
hallucination will be less when you put the temperature low. Again, the answer can be different every time, but the hallucination that it's every tool will have that temperature, so you can go and reset that.
Okay. Even for the let's say we use a web-based ChatGPT, anyone can make the change in the temperature.
Yep.
Okay.
I think the setting is available. Yes.
Okay.
Settings.
Okay. Any other
Another
question,
small question.
Ala?
Yeah, and another question. So today we got a lot of AI tools and agents, right? So how do we trust? Is there any regulation for that?
I mean, like there are governance regulations. The most popular, I think, like we mentioned it, European Union AI Act. So that is a gold standard across like world. People are following because in Europe it is very very strict about personal privacy and all those stuff. So the current model is like most of the countries are following that. On top of it, each country has its own regulation, and statewide also there is a regulation based on the tools. So all are and again that domain is still evolving. So be open for new things change as we go, but there are standards and acts for the governance perspective.
And again, some are getting developed. So the AI is going at the speed of light. There are certain standards. It's not completely completed. So US, you can say there are a lot of ISO standards for governance and ethical AI. A lot of people are working on it. I know Cloud Security Alliance is working on a lot of AI. I'm part of that group as well. So standards are being developed and pushed to all the corporate to follow.
Yeah, but there is a bias also to add to that. If you see that Europe and US, they're very sensitive on security, but China, that's much more. It's a different use case there. So this is also impacting how they are prototyping solutions and advancing with that evolution, right? Like so, this is another thing that maybe a big country level, like they are discussing it and then how to cope up with that. But yeah, Europe and US are having strict guidelines.
Okay, thank you. Ala, any more
you.
questions?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Next, I see hand
Thank
raised
you.
for Murukesu. So we will quick time check. We are almost close to 3 hours. So we can have a couple more questions and then we will close it up. Yeah. Okay, Murukesu, you can ask your question now.
ஸோ அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். தமிழ் சங்கத்தில் வந்து தமிழே பேசலாம்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
கண்டிப்பா
எல்லாருக்கும்
பேசலாம்.
கட்டாயம் எல்லாரும் இவ்வளோ பேரை பார்த்தது மிக்க மகிழ்ச்சி. எல்லாத்துக்கும் நன்றி. என்னோட கொஸ்டின் என்னென்னா, இப்போ நீங்கள் ப்ரீவியஸ் ஆன்சர் சொன்ன அதே ரிலேட்டடாக தான். ஸோ இந்த ஏஐ டேட்டா சென்டர்னால வந்து நிறைய தண்ணி நிறைய யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம். அதனால இந்தியாவில் கூட வந்து நிறைய டேட்டா சென்டர் வருது, அங்கே நிறைய தண்ணி யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்களாம் பிரச்சனை நியூஸில் இருக்குது. பட் அதை பற்றி என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க? அது எந்த அளவுக்கு உண்மை என்னன்னு சொல்லலாம், நல்லாயிருக்கும். நன்றி.
அருமையான கேள்விங்க. எல்லாரும் டெக்னாலஜி பற்றி கேட்டுட்டு இருப்பப்போ ஒரு ஒரு நம்மளோட என்வரான்மெண்ட் பற்றி நீங்கள் இதனால் வரக்கூடிய சைடு எஃபெக்ட்ஸ் இதோட பற்றி நீங்கள் கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. கண்டிப்பாக நம்ம எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ் அதுக்கு ஏதாவது ஆன்சர் வச்சுருப்பாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். பார்க்கலாம் என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்றது. பாரதி, நீங்கள் போங்க. பாரதி பிடிச்சிருக்கோம்.
பண்ணுறேன்.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாரதி.
இது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான கொஸ்டின் தான். ஏன்னா இது
எல்லாம்
நம்ம
ஹாலுசினேஷன் மோடுக்கு போயிட்டாங்க.
இது நம்மளோட வேல்யூஸை வந்து நம்மளே கொஸ்டின் பண்ண வைக்கிற கேள்வி இல்லையா? அதனால கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம் தான் ஆன்சர் பண்றது. ஏன்னா நம்ம
இல்ல ஏன் இதை கேட்குறேன்னா, நாளைக்கு எல்லாரும் ஏஐன்னு யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம வாழணும்ல, நம்மளே வாழலைன்னா அந்த ஏஐ யார் யூஸ் பண்ண போறோம்?
ஓகே, சூப்பருங்க.
அதான் ஸோ
கண்டினியூ பண்ணுங்க
இது
பாரதி.
இட்ஸ் அ லார்ஜர் கொஸ்டின் தட் ஹியூமன் கைண்ட் இஸ் ஃபேஸிங். என்னன்னா கேபிட்டலிசத்தோட சிங்கிள் மோஸ்ட் கோல் இஸ் டு மேக் மோர் ப்ராஃபிட். ப்ராஃபிட் மேக்ஸிமைசேஷன் இஸ் த கோல். அந்த ப்ராஃபிட் மேக்ஸிமைசேஷன் ஜேர்னில ஜாயின் பண்ணதுனால நம்மலாம் இன்னைக்கு ஓடிக்கிட்டு இருக்கு பொழப்பு. ஜாயின் பண்ண முடியாதவங்க தான் லெஃப்ட் ஓவர் இன் வில்லேஜஸ், இன் ரூரல் ஏரியாஸ் ஆஃப் இந்தியா, நம்மளோட ரிலேட்டிவ்ஸ், நம்மளோட ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம். ஸோ இதை வந்து ஐ டோன்ட் நோ இஃப் இட் இஸ் ஏஐ அலோன் ப்ராப்ளம். இது சைனா இப்போ இவர் சொன்ன மாதிரி கவர்னன்ஸுக்கு இதுக்கெல்லாம் இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்கலைன்னா கூட ஒரு சைனா மாதிரியான ஒரு மாடலில் இட் ஒர்க்ஸ் டோட்டலி டிஃப்ரெண்ட்லி. இப்படி ஒரு காம்ப்ரமைஸை பண்ணி அவங்க பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. இப்போ நம்ம ஊரில் அந்த காலத்தில் இப்போ டவுன் பஸ்ஸா ப்ரைவேட் பஸ்ஸாங்கிற பேச்சு வர்றப்ப வி ஆல்வேஸ் டாக்ட் அபவுட் திஸ் ரைட். கேபிட்டலிசத்தில் என்னென்னா அந்த ரூட்டுக்கு போனால் என் வண்டிக்கு லாபம் இல்லைன்னா வண்டி விட மாட்டான் ப்ரைவேட் கம்பெனி. தட் இஸ் ஒய் த டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் கார்பரேஷன் ஹேஸ் டு பி வித் த கவர்மெண்ட். அந்த வில்லேஜில் மொத்தமே 3 வீடு தான் இருக்குது, அவங்களுக்கு இந்த இது கொடுக்கணும்னா அதை கொடுத்து ஆகணும். ஸோ டுடே the companies, this is the biggest risk. In fact, whatever you asked, right, is triggering me to tell you what the biggest risk is. Bad players using AI, adallame vitrunga. The real authorities of AI, the Googles, OpenAIs, and all these companies, right, who have almost control over the world, if they decide to become a bad player overnight, that can mean end of the world. ஸோ அந்த ரெஸ்பான்சிபிள் இதுக்கு வந்து உலகமே மாறணும். ஐ டோன்ட் நோ இஃப் தட் இஸ் கோயிங் டு. ஸோ ஒன் ஆஃப் த திங்ஸ் இது வந்து கொஞ்சம் இட்ஸ் கெட்டிங் மோர் ஃபிலாசபிக்கல் அண்ட் பொலிட்டிக்கல், பட் ஸ்டில் ஐ வாண்ட் டு ஷேர் மை பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ, ரைட். இப்போ இந்த வார் இப்போ நடந்துட்டு இருக்கிற இந்த வார் இதனால இட் மைட் புட் லாட் ஆஃப் ப்ரெஷர் ஆன் கேபிட்டலிசம். இட் மைட் பிரிங் பேக் சம் sanity when it comes to the markets, right. ப்ராஃபிட் மேக்ஸிமைசேஷன் மட்டுமே ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி எல்லாம் ஓடாமல் கொஞ்ச நாளில் இதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் சால்வ் ஆகிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது அப்படின்னு ஒரு பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ இருக்குது. அப்படி அதெல்லாம் நடக்கும்போது மேபி திங்ஸ் வில் ஸ்லோ டவுன். அண்ட் ஆக்சுவலாக இன்னொன்று, ஓகே, ஐ எம் ரிமைண்டட் ஆஃப் மெனி திங்ஸ் வென் யூ ஆஸ்க் திஸ் கொஸ்டின். இன்னொன்று என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா, கவர்னன்ஸ் பீப்புள், ஆல் தி சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டி கவர்னன்ஸ் கைஸ் வில் வவுச் ஃபார் வாட் ஐ எம் சேயிங். வி சி கவர்னன்ஸ் அண்ட் தீஸ் திங்ஸ், ரைட், எத்திக்கல் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி மெஷர்ஸ்லாம் போடுறதுனால, ரெகுலேஷன்ஸ்லாம் போடுறதுனால it slows down innovation. நம்ம ஒரு சைடு சொல்றோம்ல, that is one school of thought. The other school of thought is the moment you bring in these regulations, right, people will find innovative ways to solve this problem responsibly. இந்த pressure நீ போடலைன்னா they will continue to be irresponsible. So we should also start asking this question. நீங்க முருகேசு கேட்குற கேள்வியை வந்து நம்ம இது வந்து I talked about it 5-6 years ago. யுவால் நோவா ஹராரின்னு ஒரு பப்ளிக் இன்டெலெக்சுவல், யூ மைட் ஹவ் சீன் ஹிஸ் இன்டர்வியூஸ், ரைட். அவர் வந்து லாஸ்ட் எலெக்ஷன் முன்னாடி எல்லாம் சொன்னார், when you vote for your leader, ask new questions. What is your strategy to manage irresponsible AI? யாரு, நம்ம இங்க இல்ல, நம்ம ஸ்டாலினே எடப்பாடியும் கூட இந்த கேள்வியை கேட்கணும். ஸோ நீங்க இன்னைக்கு கேட்குற கேள்வியை வந்து we have to start asking these questions in all forums. That is when it puts pressure, reverse pressure on the system, and then governments also start thinking about the bigger picture, not just மட்டும் இல்லாம.
ஒரு விஷயம் நான் அதை ஒன்று ஆட் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஃப்ரம் மை பர்சனல் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஹியர், நான் இங்கே ஈஸ்ட் கோஸ்ட். ஸோ இப்போ ரீசெண்டாக என்ன ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா, ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டி பக்கத்துலேயே வந்து பெரிய டேட்டா சென்டர்ஸ் வந்துருச்சு. தே கேன் ஜஸ்ட் see from their home, பார்த்தாங்கன்னா டேட்டா சென்டர்.
சரி, ஒன் செகண்ட். ஸோ இன்டரப்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு, சென்னையில் மயிலாப்பூரில் வந்து லைக் 8 or 12 ஸ்டோரிஸ் பில்டிங்கில் வந்து ஜாப்பனீஸ் கம்பெனி வந்து டேட்டா சென்டர் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க.
இல்லை கரெக்ட். இதில் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா, இப்போ என்ன ஒரு யூஸ் கேஸ் என்ன வந்துருச்சுன்னா, எங்கள் கம்யூனிட்டிக்கு பின்னாடியே வர ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு. நான் இருக்கிற கம்யூனிட்டிக்கு பின்னாடியே இருந்தது. பட் வேர் திங்ஸ் ஹேவ் சேஞ்ச் அப்படின்னா, தெர் வாஸ் அ கம்யூனிட்டி கேதரிங். அவங்க இதில் என்னென்ன பாயிண்ட்ஸ் என்னென்னு பண்ணிட்டு they did a coordinated way of responding to that. That's where I will go with like what Fadi was saying. Be more expressive. And these are important part of the overall solution, like finding a solution. The problem மட்டும் நம்ம பார்க்காம அதுக்கு நம்ம என்ன ஸ்டெப் நம்ம வந்து கொண்டு வரோன்றது இருக்கு. இப்போ என்ன இருக்குன்னா அதனால அவங்க வந்து மூவிங் அவுட் சம்வேர் ஆல்ஸ். It's not within that work living in the area இல்ல, because it can suck up that இது சொல்றாங்க water resources எல்லாமே power, everything will get problematic. Like that's what the property value has gone down. They will find another solution unless if you do not put in a constructive criticism or constructive way of sharing that concern. It's not going to happen. And it is good that like we are here so people can comparatively I can see that இப்போ தமிழ்நாடை விட இங்க வந்து அதுக்கு மதிப்பு கொடுப்பாங்க.
இல்லை, பட் என்னோட கொஸ்டின் என்னன்னா, இப்போ டேட்டா சென்டர் யூஸ் பண்ணுறதுனால தண்ணி ரிசோர்ஸை நம்ம நிறைய யூஸ் பண்ணோம். ஏன்னா அந்த ஹீட்டை டெம்பரேச்சருக்கு ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்காண்டி தண்ணி யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஸோ அது வந்து உண்மையா? லைக் உங்களோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் லைக் என்ன? எனக்கு அந்தளவுக்கு நான் அந்த சைடில் அவ்வளோ இல்லை, அதனால கேட்குறேன்.
பட் நான் இங்கே எக்ஸ்பர்ட் இல்லைங்க. பட் ஆனால் அவங்க ஷேர் பண்ண ஃப்ளோர் மேப் அதெல்லாம் பார்த்தா பெரிய இது வாட்டர் கன்சம்ஷன் இது மாதிரி தான் இருக்குது. இஃப் யூ வாண்டட் வி கேன் டேக் இட் அப் ஆஃப்லைன்ல அண்ட் ஐ கேன் ஷேர். அது ஏன்னா அவங்க டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணி நிறைய இது ஷேர் பண்ணாங்க. இதெல்லாம் தான் ப்ளஸ் அண்ட் மைனஸ்னு எல்லாமே பண்ணாங்க. பட் வாட்டர் வாஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த திங்ஸ் தட் தே மென்ஷன்.
முருகேஷ், என்னோட 2 பாயிண்ட் ஆட் பண்ணுறேன். ஒன்று வந்துட்டு ஏஐ ட்ரைனிங்கு, சரிங்களா? ஒன்ஸ் யூ ட்ரெயின்டு த எல்எல்எம், தட் இஸ் ஒன் பீஸ் ஆஃப் இட். த அனதர் ஒன் இஸ் இன்ஃபரன்ஸ். அந்த இன்ஃபரன்ஸுக்கு தான் நிறைய காஸ்ட் ஆகுது, நிறைய டேட்டா சென்டரில் ரிசோர்ஸ் யூஸ் ஆகுது, ரைட்டுங்களா? ஸோ 2 ways. எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி தான் நான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுறேன். ரினியூவபிள் எனர்ஜி, ஹவவர் மச் வி கேன் யூஸ் சோலார் ஆர் அனதர் எனர்ஜி, தட் இஸ் குட் ஃபார் யூஎஸ் அண்ட் த வேர்ல்டு, நம்பர் 1. நம்பர் 2, தே ஆர் நவ் ஸ்டார்டட் திங்கிங் டு கோ டு த ஸ்பேஸ். ஸ்பேஸில் வந்துட்டு எப்படி ட்ரைனிங் பண்ணுறதெல்லாம் யோசிச்சுட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஸோ த கூலிங் சார்ஜஸ் ஆர் வெரி லோ, அந்த ஆஸ்பெக்டில் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. பட் தென் ஐ டோன்ட் ஹேவ் மச் இன்சைட்ஸ் ஆன் தென் வாட்டர் ரிசோர்ஸ். வாட்டர் ரிசோர்ஸ்க்கு வந்து நீங்கள் க்ளோசர் டு த சி வச்சுட்டா போதும், as long as you can desalinate. That is one way I can think of. But then I don't have the right answer for your question.
சரி, ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். நீங்கள் எல்லாம் தமிழில் ஆன்சர் பண்ணதுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணி ப்ளஸ் தமிழ்நாடு ப்ளஸ் தமிழ் மக்கள் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கும் நம்ம நிறைய செய்யணும்னு பிளான், இதை வந்து அந்த டைரக்ஷன்லேயே கொண்டு போகிறதுக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம்.
கண்டிப்பாங்க, கண்டிப்பா. கோவிந்த் கோபாலுங்க. அதாவது வேர்ல்டுலேயே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 3 சிட்டி வந்து ஏஐ எனேபிள்டு சிட்டி வந்து நான் சொல்றது என்னன்னா மதுரை, கோவை, சென்னை. ஸோ அந்த பரம்பரையில் நம்ம வந்திருக்கோம். அதனுடைய கண்டினியூட்டா தமிழ் மன்றத்திலேயே ஒரு ஏஐ யூசர் குரூப் இருக்கு, வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்பு. அது வந்து நம்ம அரிஸ்டாட்டிலோ அல்லது செக்ரட்டரியோ உங்களுக்கு இமெயிலில் அனுப்புவாங்க. அதில் வந்து அட்மின் இதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் சேஞ்ச் பண்ண வேண்டியது இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்ல 100 பேருக்கு மேல இருக்கும். ஸோ இந்த இன்டெலெக்சுவல் டிஸ்கஷனை அதுலேயும் கண்டினியூ பண்ணலாம். பட் என்னுடைய ஆசை என்னன்னா, நிறைய தமிழ் ஏஐ ஆஸ்பிரண்ட்ஸ் இங்கே நிறைய பேர் இருக்கீங்க இன்ட்ரெஸ்டடா. தமிழ் ஏஐ குரூப்னே வந்து யூசர் குரூப்னே போட்டு நம்ம மீட்டப்லாம் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ அதுக்கு வந்து நம்ம எஃபோர்ட் எடுப்போம். ஏன்னா இதேமாரி டெக் மீட்டப்ல வந்து தான் வந்து நம்ம எல்லாம் ஒன்றாக இணைஞ்சு நம்ம இன்டெலெக்சுவல் நாலேஜ் எல்லாம் வந்து ஷேர் பண்ணிக்க முடியுது. இன்னைக்கு வந்து நிறைய அறிவார்ந்த கருத்துக்கள் வந்து பரிமாறினதுல எனக்கு ரொம்ப தமிழ் மன்ற ஈஸியா சந்தோஷமா இருக்குங்க. நன்றி.
முருகேஷ் சார், ஒரு குயிக் திங். இப்போ இருக்கிற ஏஐ எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸை வச்சு ஒரு ப்ராடக்டோ ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்ஷனோ பண்ணீங்கன்னா ஏஐ சென்டர்ஸ்ல நிறைய காசு வரும் நீங்க ப்ரூவ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா டாஸ்மாக் டிஸ்டிலரிஸ் பாதி தண்ணியை இங்க கொடுத்துருவாங்க. நீங்க இப்போ இதுல வந்து நீங்க இப்போ இது காசு இருக்குன்னு காமிங்க, அங்க போற பாதி காசு பாதி தண்ணி இங்க கிடைக்கும், இங்க வந்துடும்.
இல்லை, தண்ணி யூஸ் பண்ண பிரச்சனை இல்லை. தண்ணி வந்து என்ன, ஒரு கெமிக்கல் ஆட் பண்ணி டைலூட் பண்ணி அந்த டெம்பரேச்சர் இது பண்ணிட்டு தண்ணி திருப்பி வெளியில விடுறப்ப அது வந்து மண்ணுக்கு தான் வரும்.
டு பி ஃப்ராங்க், நீங்க சொன்னது கரெக்ட். இந்த ஃபீல்ட்ல நிறைய ரிசர்ச் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு. ஏன்னா நான் அப்பப்போ ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவேன். நான் நெய்வேலியில இருந்து வந்திருக்கேன். எனக்கு தெரியும் அங்க 2 பெரிய டவர் கூலிங் டவர்ஸ்னு பெருசா கட்டினாங்க ஒவ்வொரு தெர்மல் ஸ்டேஷனுக்கும். எங்க அப்பா அதில் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. ஸோ அதனால எனக்கு தெரியும் அந்த கூலிங் ப்ராசஸ் ஏன் அப்படி இருக்குன்ட்டு. ஸோ அதில் நிறைய ரிசர்ச் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு. மேபி நாட் இம்மீடியட், இது ஏஐ இது மாதிரியே தான் வென்னு தெரியல. வெதர் 2 years or 2 months or 20 years, depends. But they are trying to come up with more innovative solutions for this problem, water problem.
இன்னொன்று என்னன்னா, இப்போ அவர் முன்னாடி சொன்ன மாதிரி இப்போ இந்த ஈஸ்ட் கோஸ்ட்டில் இங்கே அமெரிக்காவில் இன்னொரு ஏதோ கவுண்டியில் சொன்னாங்க, அங்கெல்லாம் போராட்டம் பண்ணி அதை பேன் பண்ணி அது நியூஸ்லாம் வந்துச்சு. பட் இங்கேலாம் ரூல்ஸ் ரெகுலேஷன் எல்லா யூரோப்பியன் கண்ட்ரிஸ் இங்கெல்லாம் ப்ராப்பராக பண்ணுவாங்க. கடைசியில் இவங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, இந்தியாவில் கொண்டு வந்துட்டு இந்தியாவில் அதை செய்ய மாட்டாங்க. பட் இந்தியாவில் எல்லா டேட்டா சென்டரும் என்னென்ன பண்ண முடியுமோ அதை அங்கே வச்சு பண்ணி கடைசியில் இந்தியாவை தான் அழிக்கிற மாதிரி ஆகும்.
ஓகே, ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் முருகேஷ். இன்னும் 2 பேர் ஹேண்ட் ரைஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. நம்ம அவங்களோட கேள்விக்கு போவோம். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஐ திங்க் பிஆர், ப்ளீஸ்.
Hello, I'm Priya. I had a question about data engineering and AI, because data engineering itself it involves a lot of tools for each and every, for extraction or transformation or those sort of things. And like if we want to embrace AI, like we need to go in for bigger, vendors like Databricks, who have like now slowly gotten AI into their product. But what about the smaller companies? Like because for each tool, whatever work we have to do, we have to come to Cloud Code and get it, and then go back to the tool, and it's like that. So is there any best practices or something like that that could be shared for data engineering specifically?
I will take this question. I've been in data engineering for a long period of time. Okay, so yeah, obviously like there are dominant players in data engineering world. Like it could be like earlier it was like AWS, then there are some new players came in like Snowflakes, and then Databricks has been a go-to platform for a long period of time, almost like 4 to 6 years, most of the use cases. And also Google side of it also, like GCP world, like most of the AI related use cases, they have a service. Either you take a vision, or you take a text, or you take a voice. They have a service already built in and available, right? So that's a reason, that's a selling point for them, and it's a packaged solution which they are providing, including a data, the processing, as well as the intelligence on top of it. That's the reason why most of the companies are instead of spending time with the smaller or very small or new entrepreneurs, they go to these bigger shops, especially the legal complaints domains like fintech, pharma, or any other big companies. They will try to go with the bigger shop like Google or AWS, just to avoid any kind of concerns and legal things, right? But always the startups or the smaller companies, the like engineers who want to evaluate their ideas and thoughts, they try a lot of new tools and technologies. It could be anything. Even if you go and search it on GitHub, there are a lot of GitHub repos available to solve any problems which we are talking currently. Either it could be a vision, audio, text, and anything. The GitHub, if you go find it, there are like MIT versions of license available. But of course, we cannot question them if something goes wrong. So that's where the big shots comes in play. But for our use cases, exploratory purposes, try something like new thing, then we can actually always find it in GitHub, and there are many other blogs available in this data engineering worlds, which can actually guide us through to solve the problems, which is smaller ones.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, last one, I believe, Muralidharan.
ஹலோ, யா, ரொம்ப வணக்கம் எல்லாருக்கும். மிக்க சந்தோஷம். வெரி யூஸ்ஃபுல்லி ஸ்பெண்ட் 3 hours. 3 hours போனதே தெரியல. துரந்தர் பார்க்குறதோட இது பெட்டர் இது. So my question is, I mean, like அடிக்கடி வந்துட்டு one word, right? I mean, like people are saying, Raj எல்லாம் வந்துட்டு it's hallucinating அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தீங்க இல்லையா? I mean, the agent is like hallucinating. So where does that get knowledge? I mean, like you're training a model, but where does it அதுவே கற்பனை பண்ணி ஒரு ஆன்சர் சொல்லுதா அப்படின்னாக்கா? when you say hallucinating, when it gives you a result, right? Is it trying to mean like அதுவா கற்பனை பண்ணி ஆன்சர் சொல்லுதா, இல்ல what do you mean by hallucinating?
Yeah, I will answer that. See, ஃபண்டமெண்டலாக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ஐ லவ் அப்படின்னு போட்டிங்க வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். நம்ம காலேஜில் வந்து 20 மார்க் எஸ்ஸே எழுதணும், அந்த கதையை நினச்சிக்கோங்க. ஐ லவ்னு போட்டிங்கன்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன வேணால் போடலாம், இந்தியா போடலாம், இல்லை ஏபிசி பர்சனை போடலாம், எது வேணால் போடலாம். ஆனால் அந்த வார்த்தைக்குள்ள ஒரு 5-6 வார்த்தை, அது எப்படி வந்து அதை டிட்டர்மின் பண்ணுதுன்னா பர்சன்டேஜ் தான், ப்ராபபிலிட்டி. இப்போ நீங்கள் 100 பேர் வந்து ஐ லவ் இந்தியான்னு எழுதியிருந்தாங்கன்னா அது வந்து அதுக்கு ஒரு ப்ரையாரிட்டி கொடுக்கும். ஆனால் நீங்கள் வந்துட்டு அதுக்கு ஒரு ரோல் செட் பண்ணுறீங்க. நான் வந்து யூஎஸ் பர்சன் அப்படின்னா ஓகே, அது யூஎஸ்ல எத்தனை பேர் சொல்லியிருக்காங்கன்னு பார்த்துட்டு அதுக்கு வந்து செகண்ட் பாயிண்ட் கொடுக்கும். ஸோ ஜென்ரேட்டிவ் ஏஐ இஸ் நத்திங் பட் ப்ரெடிக்டிங் த நெக்ஸ்ட் வேர்டு. கரெக்டுங்களா? இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட் எடுத்துக்கோங்க. ரெண்டாவது, அவங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி டெம்பரேச்சர் வந்து 0.1 செட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா ஐ நீட் டு கிவ் த எக்ஸாக்ட் ஆன்சர் அப்படின்னு அதுக்கு நம்ம கோலை செட் பண்ணுறோம். சரிங்களா? அப்போ என்ன பண்ணோம், அது வந்து பர்ஃபெக்டாக மேட்ச் ஆகிற இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் மட்டுமே எடுத்து சொல்லும். அதே நேரத்தில் டெம்பரேச்சர் 0.5 அதுக்கு மேலெல்லாம் போட்டிங்கன்னா அது வந்து கிரியேட்டிவிட்டிக்கு நம்ம இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்குறோம். ஸோ அது வந்துட்டு ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல இருக்கிற ப்ராபபிலிட்டி 60% மேட்ச் ஆகிறதை விட்டுட்டு ஏதாவது ஒன்று ரேண்டமாக சூஸ் பண்ணோம். டாப் கே மைனஸ் பி அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இருக்குது. ஸோ இப்போ நீ கோ டீப் டைவ் கே இருக்கும், டாப் கே இருக்கும், டாப் பி இருக்கும், அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இருக்கும் ப்ராபபிலிட்டி. அதுலேருந்து அது பிக் பண்ணி கொடுக்கும். ஸோ அப்படி வரும்போது ஒன்ஸ் ரெண்டாவது வார்த்தை மூணாவது வார்த்தை தப்பாயிடுச்சுன்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் வார்த்தை எல்லாம் கதையாக தான் தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு. ஓகேங்களா? தட் இஸ் ஹவ் இட் இஸ் நத்திங் பட் ப்ரெடிக்டபிலிட்டி, ப்ராபபிலிட்டி மேட்சிங் அண்ட் கிவிங் த நெக்ஸ்ட் வேர்ட். நெக்ஸ்ட் வேர்டு வந்துச்சுன்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த லாஸ்ட் 10 வார்த்தையை எடுத்து அதுக்கப்புறம் திருப்பி அதை ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ணும். இதுதான் ஃபண்டமெண்டல். ஸோ தட் இஸ் வேர் யூ சி த ஹாலுசினேஷன் யூ ஃபீல்.
ஸோ இன் அடிஷ்னல் கொஸ்டின் வந்துட்டு திஸ் இஸ் லைக் ஒன் ஏஜென்ட் ரைட்? நீங்கள் வந்துட்டு ஏஜென்டிக் ஏஐ அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்க. இட் இஸ் லைக் அ கிளஸ்டர் ஆஃப் ஆல் தி
அண்ணே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஜென்ரேட்டிவ் ஏஐ, அப்புறம் ஏஜென்ட்ஸ், அப்புறம் தான் ஏஜென்டிக் ஏஐ. ரொம்ப பெரிய கதை. நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சொன்னது ஜென்ரேட்டிவ் ஏஐ. இட் இஸ் ஜென்ரேட்டிங் அண்ட் கிவிங் த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்.
ஓகே ஓகே.
So
என்னோட
ஒரு thing ஒரு பாயிண்ட் இதுல ஆட் பண்றேன். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் எப்படி அது ஒர்க் பண்ணுதுன்றது, ரைட்? அதுல இருக்கிற என்ன ரிஸ்க், இது ரெண்டு தெரிஞ்சுட்டா we will have techniques around it to make it work better, right? Like அதுக்காக தான் இந்த ஹலுசினேஷன் ரெடியூஸ் பண்றதுக்காக உங்களுக்கு வந்து மோர் கிரவுண்டட் ரிசல்ட், மோர் அக்யூரேட் ரிசல்ட்க்கு ரேக், அது மாதிரி நிறைய டெக்னிக்ஸ் இருக்கு. இன்னும் நீங்க வந்து ப்ராம்ப்ட் இன்ஜினியரிங்ல யூ கேன் ஹேவ் தட். அண்ட் ஒன் மோர் ரிஸ்க் சொல்றேன். Maybe it is not a scare or anything, like, but most of you might be knowing it. ரீசெண்டா ஒரு தடவை ஒரு ஏஐ வந்து பிளாக்மெயில் பண்ணிடுச்சு. அவங்க வந்துட்டு he was trying to say that like we are going to shut down you. So it knows what are the personal information எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சுட்டு it said like I know you have some illegal stuff going on. I'm going to, if you're going to shut it down, I'm going to send it to all your leaders, all these things. அப்படின்னு அது வந்து ஆக்சுவலா வந்து AI was able to do it. அது எப்படி பண்ணது? Because it has a pattern of like what it has to do in certain times, right? Like அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி அது பண்ணு. பட் இந்த கேஸ் வந்து it was really happened but in a controlled environment. They call it as red team testing. அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணி ஸ்டிமுலேட் பண்ணும்போது they found it. இந்த மாதிரி இப்போ என்ன பண்ணாங்க, we know this is how it is going to happen. Then they built a guardrail out of it. Now வெளியே உங்களுக்கு ப்ராடக்டா வரும்போது இதெல்லாம் தெரியாது. அதே மாதிரி hallucination is a part of it, that system, how it works, like probability which is built into it. Like அதுக்கு எப்படி வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்துட்டு அதை கட்டைல் பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு ஒரு மீனிங்ஃபுல் ஏதாவது யூஸ் பண்றதுக்கு என்னென்ன டெக்னிக்ஸ். ஸோ யூ நீட் டு ஆல்சோ லேர்ன் அபவுட் தட். When you're understanding how it works in the risk, don't get shied away and then don't go out of it. Like understand what are the things that is evolving to make it better. அதுக்கு சப்போர்ட்டிவா இருந்தீங்கன்னா we will be on the solution side.
One thing I want to add, Murali, always tell in the prompt certify, like it can source, where is the source it is getting that information. And you can also tell never assume. You can put some prompt thing in your thing so that, hey, when you say this, I need certain information where you are gathering that information. அது வந்து the site of verification எல்லாமே கொடுக்கும். So அதுலேருந்து you can say that, hey, it made that solution based on all these websites or based on these sources. You can always ask for the source. Then it will don't hallucinate that much.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Thank you. I think it's 9:20 now Pacific time. It's better to right now to close. ஓகேங்களா? பட் நம்ம க்ளோசிங் செஷன் வந்து நம்மளுக்கு அமுதா பேசுவாங்க. பட் ஆனால் மீன்வைல் நான் ஒரு 2-3 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும் சொல்லிடுறேன். மெம்பராக இல்லை அப்படின்னா கண்டிப்பாக நீங்கள் மெம்பர் ஆகுங்க நம்மளுடைய தமிழ் மன்றத்தில். இது மாதிரியான நல்ல யூஸ்ஃபுல்லான செஷன்ஸ் அண்ட் வேரியஸ் ஈவெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணுவோம். அது வில் கனெக்ட் எவ்ரி ஒன். சரிங்களா? கண்டிப்பாக அதை பண்ணுங்கள். அடுத்தது முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு கோயிங் ஃபார்வர்ட் கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணுங்கள் தமிழ் மன்றத்துக்கு. யூ கேன் பி அ கான்ட்ரிபியூட்டர் இன் எனி ஃபார்ம். வாலண்டியரிங் பண்ணலாம், அதுக்கு அடுத்தது ஃபைனான்ஸில் நீங்கள் கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணலாம். இந்த மாதிரி நிறையா இந்த மாதிரி இப்போ வந்து பேசுகிற ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் எல்லாருமே தேர் ஜஸ்ட் கம்மிங் அண்ட் ஷேரிங் their நாலேஜ் வித்தவுட் ஈவன் எனி கெயின்ஸ். சரிங்களா? இந்த மாதிரி நான் நாலேஜ் ஷேர் பண்ணலாம். இதெல்லாம் நீங்கள் கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணலாம். தமிழ் மன்றத்தோட மெயின் வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்லலாம் நீங்கள் ஜாயின் பண்ணுங்கள், கண்டிப்பாக மெம்பர் ஆகுங்க. சரிங்களா? வித் தட் ஐ வில் ஹேண்ட் இட் ஓவர் டு அமுதா வித் க்ளோசிங் நோட்.
அரிஸ்டாட்டல் பிஃபோர் கோயிங் டு அமுதா, நம்ம இது மெட்டீரியல்லாம் நம்ம பே ஏரியா தமிழ் மன்றம் வந்து இருக்கு. ஸோ வாலண்டியர்ஸ் ஹவர்ஸ் தான் நிறைய பேர் பண்றாங்க. இன்னைக்கெல்லாம் நான் பார்த்தேன், அதெல்லாம் வந்து கம்பெனி மேட்ச் எல்லாம் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ வாலண்டியர்ஸ் சம் கம்பெனிஸ் வந்து ரைட். ஸோ வாலண்டியர் ஹவர்ஸ்க்கு பே லைக் $10 per hour அப்படியெல்லாம். ஸோ இப்போ எவ்வளோ பேர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 3 to 5 hours இட்ஸ் அ கைண்ட் ஆஃப் வாலண்டியரிங். ஈவன் யுவர் லேர்னிங். ஸோ இப்போ மார்னிங்லேருந்து நிறைய பேர் பண்ணி அந்த பெனிஃபிட் எல்லாம் போய் பண்ணீங்கன்னா, இஃப் யூ கேனாட் பே த மணி அட்லீஸ்ட் த ஹவர்ஸ் தட் யூ ஒர்க், அதுக்கு கிளைம் பண்ணா கூட இட் வில் பி பெனிஃபிஷியல் டு BATM இன் எனிவே. ஸோ அது வாலண்டியர் ஹவர்ஸ் மேட்சிங் யாராவது என்ன பண்ண சொல்லுங்க எல்லாரையும்.
கண்டிப்பா.
ஆக்சுவலா இந்த ட்ரைனிங்குமே ஆட் பண்ணலாம்னு நினைக்கிறேன் நான். அந்த மாதிரி
ஆமாம்மா, ஆமா நான் பண்ணலான்னு இருக்கேன். ஆமா. ஸோ இது வந்து இப்போ 3 hours ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஸோ இட்ஸ் லைக் இன் எனிவே ரைட். ஸோ BATM கெட் பண்ணி ஸோ பெனிஃபிட் இருக்கு. அப்புறம் என்னுடைய கம்பெனி வேற ஒரு போர்ட்டல் யூஸ் பண்றாங்க, அங்கேயும் இருக்கு BATM. ஸோ நான் சைன் அப் பண்ணி ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஜஸ்ட் டு லெட் யூ.
ஒன் மோர் திங், நான் வந்து மெம்பரா இல்லை, நான் முன்னாடியே இன்னைக்கே ஜாயின் பண்ணணும்னு நினைச்சிருக்கேன். அதனால நான் ஜாயின் பண்றேன். ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம், நன்றி.
ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம்.
ரொம்ப ஈஸிங்க. SFBATM.org அதுக்குள்ள போங்க.
நான் வாங்கிக்கிறேன்.
வாங்க முருகேஷ்,
சரிங்க.
வாங்க.
ரொம்ப நன்றி.
எல்லாரோடைய இருங்க தேங்க்யூ சொல்ல போறாங்க. எல்லாரோடைய இப்போ நீங்கள் அட்டன் பண்ண எல்லாருக்குமே உங்களோட இந்த ஃபுல் ஸ்லைட்ஸுமே வரும். ப்ளஸ் ஃபர்தர் அந்த வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப் பேசுனது, அடுத்த ஈவெண்ட்ஸ் என்ன அப்படின்றதுமே நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன்ஸ் வரும் உங்களுக்கு. கண்டிப்பாக நீங்கள் எதிர்பார்த்துருங்க. சரிங்களா? அமுதா, இப்போ நீங்கள் வாங்க.
அந்த லிங்க்டின் வந்து எங்களால காப்பி பண்ண முடியல எல்லாத்தையும்.
ஆமாம், லிங்க்டின் ப்ரொஃபைல் எல்லாமே நான் காப்பி பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கிறேன். நான் உங்களுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் யாரெல்லாம் ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி இமெயிலில் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்களோ உங்கள் எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து இந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் ஷேர் பண்ணப்படும். லிங்க்டின் ப்ரொஃபைல் எல்லாரோடைய லிங்க்டின் ப்ரொஃபைலுமே நம்ம ஷேர் பண்ணுவோம். ஓகே அமுதா.
Yeah, Nandri Aristotle. So, on behalf of San Francisco Bay Area Tamil Mandram, I would like to express my sincere thanks to each one of you, mainly Mr. Bharati Raja, Mr. Raj Shekhar, Mr. Srinivasan, and Mr. Raj Nagalingam. So, for delivering like such an informative and it is very inspiring session on AI. You all shared like very insightful information. All of your expertise and clear explanation made this session very engaging and informative. Definitely, I could see like immediately there was like helping hands when anyone needs. Okay, so I really thanks from the bottom of my heart. And அதாவது தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா, நம்ம வந்து தமிழ் மன்றத்துல வந்து யூஸ்வலா வந்து கலைக்கு இல்லாட்டினா மொழிக்கு இந்த மாதிரியான முக்கியத்துவம் நிறைய இடங்கள்ல நம்ம கொடுத்துட்டே இருப்போம். ஆனா இன்றைய காலகட்டத்துக்கு நமக்கு வேலை வாய்ப்புக்கு அதுக்கு அந்த காலகட்டத்துல நம்ம எல்லாரும் இருக்கோம். நிறைய வேலை வாய்ப்பு இழப்புகள் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. ஸோ நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே இது வந்து ஒரு அறிவு பகிர்வான ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சியா இருந்தது. ஸோ அதுக்காக நம்ம தமிழ் மக்களுக்கு தமிழ் மன்றம் வழங்கியதுல வந்து நாங்க நிஜமா பெருமிதம் கொள்கிறோம். எல்லாருக்கும் ரொம்ப நன்றிங்க. தேங்க்யூ.
அதே மாதிரி எல்லா பார்ட்டிசிபெண்ட்ஸும் இவ்வளோ கொஸ்டின்ஸ் நீங்கள் கேட்டது வந்து இட்ஸ் மோர் தென் 1.5 hour Q&A மட்டும் போயிருக்கு. 2 hours பக்கம் Q&A மட்டும் போயிருக்குன்னா அமேசிங். வித்தவுட் பார்ட்டிசிபெண்ட்ஸ் nothing happened, right? So
to add to தமிழ் மன்றம் was kind enough to you. ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் எல்லா கொஸ்டின்ஸ்க்கும் ஃப்ரீயா அலோவ் பண்ணீங்க. அவங்க they were also very cooperative and very friendly. So that is so awesome.
Thank you, Aristotle. You also took care of the session very nice.
Thankful all the speakers who patiently answered in a very rightful way.
Correct.
Thank you once again for all the presenters on behalf of Tamil Mandram.
Thank you, Aristotle.
Hey, and add to that, some of you probably entrepreneur or technology partners where Govind already would have told. Tamil Mandram also expanding the sponsorship beyond conventional business support. Where you can also be a sponsor for a Tamil Mandram. Just approach Aristotle or any of our EC members to become a sponsor in the future. So we can collectively host any of these programs. ரொம்ப நன்றிங்க. அந்த மாதிரி நீங்க முயற்சி எடுத்தீங்கன்னா தமிழ் மன்றத்துக்கு. தேங்க்யூ.
ஓகேங்க. வேற யாராவது ஏதாச்சும் சொல்லணும்னா லாஸ்ட் 2 minutes யூ கேன் ஷேர் யூ கேன் உங்களுடைய இதை நீங்கள் எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பண்ணலாம். தேங்க்யூ. நீங்கள் நோட் பண்ணுறது யாராவது ஷேர் பண்ணலாம். சரி, லாஸ்ட் 2 to 5 minutes.
மெம்பர்ஷிப் பே பண்ணதை வந்து லைக் எஸ்எஸ்கூல வந்து அது என்ன அதுலேயே பே பண்ண முடியுமா?
நோ.
Membership.
Murugesh, yeah, we can take offline, Murugesh.
சரி.
ஸோ
ஓகேங்க.
இந்த தடவை வந்து பாரதி ராஜா புலி கதையை சொல்லுங்க, நான் சொல்லிடுறேன் அதை. யாராவது இதுல புதுசா லாஸ்ட் இயருக்கு ஜாயின் பண்ணாதவங்க ஜாயின் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க. அது வந்து ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான ஸ்டோரி, ஏஐ புலி அப்படின்னு. அதாவது ஏஐங்கிறது வந்து ஒரு புலி மாதிரி, அது நம்மள பாய்ந்து தாக்குறதுக்கு வருது. அதை கரெக்டா நம்ம வந்து அட்டாக் பண்ணி திருப்பி நம்ம அதை கேப்சர் பண்ணி புலிய விருந்து போட்டு சாப்பிட்டோம்னா புலி பிரியாணி நமக்கு விட்டோம்னா அது நம்மள சாப்பிட்றோம். இதுதான் வந்து ஏஐ அப்படிங்கிறது. வந்து ஒரு யாராவது பிகினர் இருந்தீங்கன்னா இந்த ஸ்டோரி, அதாவது ஏஐ பத்தி புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு தமிழ் நல்லா சொன்னாரு. அது மாதிரி இன்னைக்கு அவர் அமுத சுரபி அதெல்லாம் சொன்னது வந்து ரொம்ப எனக்கு நல்லா இதாச்சு. அந்த சென்னை ஆட்டோ அப்படின்னு வந்து நம்மள மண்ணின் மைந்தர் மாதிரி நல்லா ஒரு கதை சொன்னாரு, நல்லா இருந்தது. தேங்க்யூ பாரதி.
தேங்க்யூங்க, தேங்க்யூ. நான் ஒன்று ஆட் பண்ண வேண்டியது என்னென்னா, பிகாஸ் ஐ சா தி சக்ஸஸ் லாஸ்ட் டைம், இன்பர்சன் செஷனோட எனர்ஜி லெவலே இட் வில் பி டிஃப்ரெண்ட். ஸோ இஃப் யூ டூ இன்பர்சன், ப்ளீஸ் மேக் இட், ப்ளீஸ் பிரிங் யுவர் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ். லாஸ்ட் டைம் நம்ம பண்ணது வந்து I was so happy after that, right? So many people called and made a lot of good friends after that. People gave such a good feedback. They said it is like world class, right? It is better than even the other events that they have seen in the Bay Area. So that only happens when you meet in person, right? However, yesterday when you were talking, when you were doing the dry run, I was telling people, right? Whatever you try, a webinar has its own limitations. So despite that, we have shown so much enthusiasm and interest. I really appreciate that. Let's do the in-person one soon.
Yeah, in-person 2-day event in-person தான் பிளான் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் பாரதி.
Thank you.
ஓகேங்க, எல்லாருக்கும் ரொம்ப நன்றி. நல்லா இனிதாக நல்லா தூங்குங்க. நல்ல அறிவு நம்ம பகிர்ந்துருக்கிறோம். ரொம்ப நன்றிங்க அனைவருக்கும். தேங்க்யூ.
தேங்க்யூ.
தேங்க்யூ அரிஸ்டாட்டில், நல்லா கோஆர்டினேட் பண்ணி நல்லா பண்ணீங்க. குட்.
தேங்க்யூ அரிஸ்டாட்டில் அண்ட் ஆல். தேங்க்யூ. நன்றி.
அரிஸ்டாட்டில் ஹோல்ட் பண்ணுங்க காலை, நம்ம பேசுவோம்.